Welcome to my hood. There ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the buckle up. I'ma show you where it's at. We gon' burn a couple blunts, we gon' pop a couple caps. I ain't talking about 4-5s from the strap. Psilocybin driving, so we headed off the map. What you know about? Taste your color, seeing sound with a crystalline. Turning nothing into something when we alchemize.
How you kids do it?
Lies with the truth. Ain't nobody wanna take shots at this proof. All we ever wanted was the answers. Looking for unique, but our vision keep us phantom. Phantom black man, ghost writing in a pentagram. I'm from the place where our thoughts meet the program. Not too many open to the power that they hold. Just know that when we shine, it's the reflection of your soul. Supreme beings moving, watch the galaxy implode. We are not alone. If you're not normal, welcome home. Yeah. Welcome to my hood. There ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the I gotta hold on to this feeling. I'll be seeing visions through the folds of the prism. Projecting all wishes, anything I want is given. Paranormal vision, you can call it supervision. Control the superstition, make them wonder how we do it. They seen us in the mud, now we out here making music with the paranormal movement that's stronger than what you deal with. If Jesus was just a fraud, then hallelujah for Judas. Caesar is not the mob, so it just had to be Brutus. They hate when we on our job, cause persecution is useless. Proof that what we doing is more than just making music. Utilizing the truth, drop it off in the hood. Showing what's really good, the feeling is understood. We don't just what it means to get it by all means. Supreme beings moving, watch reality explode. We are not alone, if you're not normal, welcome home. Yeah. Welcome to my hood. There ain't nothing normal.
Difficulties there. It's okay.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
All right, what's Hood Hoodies? Welcome to the Thursday night. This is Paranormal Hood Live Radio. We're live and direct in the Garden of Knowledge Studios. I am your host, Jiggy.
Smoke King. Rev J.
That's right. We over here doing our thing. Let me turn this down over here. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we here. It's another Thursday night. You know how we do. It's our brand of paranormal talk. We get here in the studio and we talk all things paranormal with you. It's another week and we're still here. All these years, we're still here. We ain't gone nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. So, if it's your first time, strap in. Get ready for the experience. A lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Got a premiere going on tonight. We're going to keep talking about tonight. You can go over and check out the first episode of Paranormal Hood out in the Freetown Forest. Now, if you're not from this area, you don't know about the Bridgewater Triangle, the Freetown Forest area, you're going to fucking find out about it tonight if you're going to watch the show live on VidiSpace. Ha. Begins at 9 p.m. Central. I know it's kind of odd that you're going to hear us live and see us on the show at the same time, but that's how it be for right now. Give you a little kind of double dose of us. You can overload on Paranormal Hood tonight, get like real drunk and high on Paranormal Hood, and then tomorrow you wake up with a Paranormal Hood hangover, be burping and shit and everything. No? No? Nobody? It's me? Okay. Well, I'll wake up with a Paranormal Hood hangover. Of course, over here smoking, keeping it light, keeping it right. But yeah, so definitely make sure you go over to VidiSpace. You can check it out. You subscribe. They give you 15 free days when you first subscribe anyway. So go ahead, check it out. And let us know what you think. You can bounce back and forth even in the chat in here if you feel like it. Or if you come over later in the chat, you can come and tell us what you saw, what you like, what you think. And what you might look forward to Maybe you can interact us, tell us some places eventually where you want us to come and investigate with you. So like I said, it's going to be a fun night. It's going to be open topic night. I'm going to be talking about some headlines. There's some really good headlines to actually chop it up on tonight too. So we look forward to that. And of course, that's what the chat is for. Any questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to talk about, paranormal, tonight's the night to do it. You can give them that chat and ask you questions. We'll work to answer them when we're not speaking ourselves and make you a part of the show because it's an interactive show. Okay, it's very interactive, okay? And we love your input. So sit back, get comfortable, relax, roll something, smoke something, do whatever you gotta do to enjoy the show. Because it's 3 hours of us. We ain't going nowhere.
Let's get high.
What'd you say?
I said, let's get high.
Let's get high. Smoke weed every day. Excuse me. I have coughing. Let me just drink a little bit here.
Is my mic on?
It's on. Yeah. I can hear you. You can't hear yourself?
No, I can't.
Yeah, I can hear you. Once you speak directly, it's because you're a little bit of distance, or on the headphones, it sounds a bit of way you get used to it. But the closer it is to you, the better. Our microphones, we have like really good microphones. So like I can be over here and you can still hear me. You know what I'm saying? But you don't, one day we'll get you a good mic over there. We'll have all good mics in here.
It's all right. This is the holy mic.
That's the Walmart mic. But yes, Rev J's over there. He's talking to us. So he's going to be joining us, and we can talk everything tonight. So like I said, don't be scared to talk. You know how it works. Let us know who's here. If you're new, say hi. Don't be afraid to just kind of let us know who you are, where you're from, what you do, or what got you here, okay? All right. So I'm going to explain the show to you. If any of you first time, it's your first time joining the show, okay? What we do is we start off the show, we talk a little bit to you, then we do some news, then we play some music, and then we come back, and if we have a guest, the guest is on. But if we have a topic, we start talking that topic, which tonight is open topic and headlines. Everything will be pulled from the headlines and brought directly to you. To you! Okay? That's how we do. So, all right. I'm going to give Smoking a minute to finish doing what he's doing, and then we'll get into it. You feel me? I'm just going to see if I just sit here and smile.
That's a nice smile.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Is it a good smile, folks? You enjoy that smile? I don't know. I guess. I'm sorry. It's just how we do things. See? We take our time. We're not in a hurry. We got plenty of time to kick it with you and do everything. I know you guys are excited. You ready for the news, huh? You guys might know what's going on. You're anxiously awaiting, eagerly anticipating. I bet right now you're sitting there in your seat, gripping the sidearm, wondering what's going on, what's out there, what's waiting, what's happening. And at some point, we're going to tell you. That was really anticlimactic, huh?
Damn, that was scary, man.
Did
I
you
almost
like that?
got the crucifix out and everything.
Hold on.
Shun you.
You see what happens when they give me something to play with? Like all these cool things over there. Get you all hype and scared. Are you in the frame of mind? Are you ready to hear some scary stories? Things that you didn't know were out there. Alright, folks. So, if you don't ever watch In Between, other than just our Thursday Night Live broadcast, what you might not know is that we spend a lot of time researching. And what are we researching? We're looking for that weird, that strange, that odd, that different, that not necessarily mainstream news of paranormal nature. That news could be here on Earth. And yeah, I said Earth. Maybe it's Middle Earth. Or maybe it's up to the moon, where I say Michael Jackson resides. And he performs every night. He's going to go on a little while. Or maybe it's up to Mars, the supposed red planet, which I will touch with this physical shell before I die. Or maybe it's somewhere beyond, some place we have not seen yet, something we have not heard of, but if it's out there and it's making any kind of paranormal news, we bring it to you every Thursday night on the segment of the show that we simply call Smoking's Paranormal News. But I'm gonna hit you with the first story where Smoke King rolls his blunt.
Hold on, I got something here.
Are you
real
ready?
Quick.
Oh, okay, he's
no,
ready.
I'm not ready.
Okay.
That's just something that you just said here. How does Michael Jackson know when to go on the moon if he goes on every night? Because it's always daytime on the moon if you're on one side, and it's always nighttime on the moon if you're on the other side.
He knows. They got moon clocks. They got moon clocks. He knows. The Greys come and wake him up. The Greys come out and they get him and they taser him like, get up!
Go to sleep.
And they tell him it's time for him to do his thing. It's time for him to perform. That's how he knows. Okay? You gotta get the higher note.
1 second.
So give me a second. I got a cool story. I think it's a good way to start off the show, especially in light of everything that's been going on. Say what? Dennis Hoff, a Nevada brothel owner and reality TV star who died last month, won an election for Nevada's 36th Assembly District Tuesday night. Hoff, who ran as a Republican, defeated Democratic challenger Lesia Romanov by more than 7,000 votes, the office said. Nevada's 36th Assembly District sits in the southern portion of the state and includes portions of Nye, Lincoln, and Clark counties. According to state law, city officials will now appoint a fellow Republican who also resides in the district to take Hoff's seat. You ever see a movie called The Distinguished Gentleman?
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Murphy?
Yep.
What that reminds me of. How he ran basically on the dude's name. The dude died. Everybody knew he died, but they still voted for him based on his name.
Fucking politics and fucking voting and everything
Crazy
is.
stuff.
They voted in a ghost, folks. There is a
dude.
ghost.
Goes to show you he was gonna win no matter what.
Yep. They're like, we're gonna make sure Republicans.
Does your vote really matter?
That is some bizarro world shit right there. That really is. That's insane. Like if it's, I wonder though, like if his ghost showed up, right? Like literally, if his ghost could show up like some Ghostbusters shit, and would they have to give him the seat? Would he still be able to like run shit?
Yeah, right.
I'm surprised. What's that guy's name? Huff. He's a Huff too. The guy who does that fucking contact all the dead celebrities, whatever.
Oh boy, let's not talk about it.
I can see that dude like in front of his box, like, okay, well, he gave orders.
I'm surprised he hasn't already talked to him.
Yeah, he basically he's contacting through me and telling me how he wants to run the government in there, how he wants to do things. So
he says I got a lifetime pass at the fucking cat house too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anytime I come over there, you guys just gonna let me in.
Insanity. Give me a second while I find another story. Smoking has something to attend to. So just be patient. Okay? A ghost. That's hilarious. I mean, it's happened before in small, but on a smaller scale. But someone that popular, somebody who most people know, especially if you had HBO, it was the Bunny Ranch. Yep. Used to have that show on there and shit. Yeah, I've seen the damn show. Most people have, but
well, who hasn't? Man?
Yeah, exactly. So they didn't know he died. Of course, they knew he died.
Yeah, right.
Oh, here's a good one. This is going to take a hit, folks, for the paranormal community. Ghost busted. Benefits cheat who scammed $20K by claiming she was too scared to leave house, caught working as a ghost hunter.
You're an idiot.
Nicola McVicker scammed nearly $20,000 due to an apparent social phobia and claimed she would not walk more than 50 meters. Nicola Vickers... Okay, why does it repeat itself? Yet the 53-year-old was employed by Ghostly Goings On, a firm that organized trips to alleged haunted houses, a court heard. McVicker, 53, from Dry Dock, Gloss, was also described as a party animal who went clubbing, and she was spotted dancing at a hen party. I don't even know what a hen party is. British shit or whatever. I never heard of it in my life. What? Department for Work and Pensions detectives watched her jogging across a car park despite having a taxpayer-funded mobility car, Gloucester Court was told. She had acted as a paranormal investigator for 3 years, a role that required her to stand for long periods of time. She left Lindney-based Ghostly Goings On in 2006 after being accused of dishonesty, but DWP officers witnessed McVicker in April that year out shopping without problems. She claimed during a police interview that she had danced at a Christmas party but was so heavily medicated it cost her a week in bed. She admitted failing to notify a change in circumstances. It was given an 8-month jail term, suspended for a year. Prosecutor Chris Smith said McVicker, who had convictions of similar offenses, exaggerated her difficulties. Judge Michael Cullum told her, though there is no direct victim, there is considerable amount of collateral damage that you and people like you cause. See, you making the ghost world look bad with that shit.
You know what, though? This is an unpopular opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But you think about it, most of us, or not, I said not most of us, some of us get scammed because we go to these places that are so touted to be so haunted, or there's demons there, and that comes from the people that own that location. It's all hype, they are scamming you. You're paying thousands of dollars to go in a building. It's crazy, man.
And keep having the same experience that everybody else who in that building before you supposedly had. Yeah. That's the part I don't get about constantly investigating the same places over and over again. It's like, are you really going to go into a place and, okay, so you know what they say has happened there, and then you can validate it? Yeah. Or do you come back with, no, it didn't happen, and then it's like, well, how do you prove it? It's just, I don't know.
I think when you investigate, I think you try to validate. I think I wouldn't investigate 1 8-hour period. Maybe I'd investigate that location for a few weeks if I had the ability to, and then collect my data and look at it on kind of like on a scale of where would it be, and then if so I look at it like that. But some of these people like you said, stay at a location for years and years and years and years and don't investigate anywhere else.
Yeah, they just crazy, man. The same place.
The same place over and over again.
Nothing new. I don't get it, but what do I know? Hey, it's me. Excuse my throat. It's itchy today. My allergies I'll take one. Are acting crazy. Thank you. All right, Smokings, but let's give him a second so he can pull up. He probably got better stuff than I do. Although the benefits one was kind of funny.
Yeah, right.
I mean, she couldn't have used her. Wait, she had a mobility scooter. Why wouldn't you use your mobility scooter when you're investigating? Like, you don't have to stand if that's your way of getting around. It's kind of like you played yourself.
Like, as long as you kept that thing stationary and it made no noise.
Right. Pull it up, stop. I mean, you'd be comfortable. Yeah. That would, it would make sense if you were hurt, and then no one would question that. If someone's in a wheelchair, whatever, that's the way that they get around. That's their way. So what would be the problem with them investigating that way? I don't know. Again, that's just her, I guess, her vanity.
Rev J don't understand, and that's cool.
It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't, and it won't be what it can't be if it's not what that is. Okay? Whatever the fuck I just said. All right, he's diligently working to find some news for you.
Oh, come on!
And actually, you know what? Hold on. For that woman.
You are an idiot.
I forgot to give her an award because
fail.
Clearly, it didn't work out the way she wants. Just stay in your mobility scooter. That's all I'm saying. No one's gonna judge you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Woman who had sex with 20 ghosts is now engaged to a spirit.
You're an idiot.
Okay.
A British woman who claims she has slept with at least 20 ghosts says she is now engaged to a poltergeist.
Self-destruct
In
sequence
December,
activated.
Amethyst Realm told British TV show ITV this morning that she cheated on her fiancé with a ghost, and she had gone on to have supernatural affairs with at least 20 paranormal beings. Well, now fast forward to October, almost a year later, and she said she's found true love with an apparition. She said the ghost asked her to get married during a trip to celebrate their 9-month anniversary. Well, I mean, at least, it's a lot easier for them to travel as a couple. They only got to pay for one ticket.
Right,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Accommodations for one, please.
Unless you were silly enough to
it's
say
half the cost, They want to go anywhere in the world. They're paying half price.
I just wonder if security ever knocked on her door ma'am, you guys are making too much noise, and they come in the room and it's like, Oh, don't sit on the bed. He's right there. Be careful.
But you know what the crazy thing is, though? Unless you knew that they couldn't be seen, like, could you imagine going up to that counter and say, "Take it from me, my husband, please"? And they're looking at you. Where's your husband?
Oh, she wouldn't get on the plane. They would not let that person on the plane. No. They absolutely would not.
Could you imagine if they actually charge her for 2 tickets, though, and let her get on?
If they're working by commission, they definitely
All
would.
right, so, let's see here. So, to celebrate their 9-month relationship at England's Wookie Hole Caves. Yeah, that's the name. Let's go to the Wookie Hole Caves. There was no going down on one knee. He doesn't have knees. But for the first time I heard him speak, she told The Sun. I could actually hear his voice, and it was beautiful. Deep, sexy, and real. The 30-year-old said she met her spooky match on spookymatch.com. Spooky match who doesn't have a name during a work trip to Australia in February. I had not had a phantom fling for a while, and as I was always on business, starting a new relationship was the last thing on my mind, the Bristol-based spiritual counselor told The Sun. Then one day I was walking through the bush, enjoying nature. I suddenly felt this incredible energy. A new lover had arrived. Rome said her friends and family have embraced her unusual engagement, and now she is planning her big day as a pagan ceremony. We haven't discussed the details yet, but I think it will be quite a big to-do, she said. However, the couple have already had sex on the plane back from Australia when they met. Wow. Mile High Club and fucking a ghost club.
Does not compute.
And fuck, who knows how old this ghost might be? It might have been the first time this ghost was on a plane.
Did he get like sick and have to use the vomit bag? Ghost vomit.
Alright, so, I was happy and excited. So excited that we had to do something about it, she said. So we headed to the plane restroom, and well, I am now a member of the Mile High Club. Of course you are. The bride-to-be added that this engagement is much more satisfying than her previous living fiancé. Sometimes I get the feeling that I'm being moved, she said. Orgasms I have with my spirit lovers have been way more satisfying than any I've had with ordinary men. Uh-huh.
You suck, you jackass.
Is that the end of her story?
That's the end of that one.
Okay, well, you know what?
You are an idiot.
Good luck. Enjoy. Let's see how that works out for you. And she's going to cheat on that ghost with another ghost because a younger ghost is going to come along, someone who's freshly died, and, you know. Okay, hey. It'll work. Good luck. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Right, let's see here. Hubble has found a friendly face out there in the universe. Staring at the night sky can be mind-boggling, existential experience, so every once in a while it's nice to see a friendly face staring back at us. In a new image from the NASA's Hubble Space Telescope, the stars have aligned to give us just that. Here, nestled among a sea of galaxies, is a clear, unmistakable smiley face. 2 bright blobs suspended above a streak of light.
The smiley face,
have you seen it?
Yeah, they said it's a smiley face emoji, yeah. Called the smiley face.
Let me just show him the picture real quick. See it?
Yes, Cuban B.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. You'll have to Google this after you guys are done watching this and stuff, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
The happy coincidence belongs to the galaxy cluster SDSSJ095, 2 plus SDSSJ3434, and each of the 3 lights are from star systems far, far, far away.
They couldn't get that motherfucker some simple shit like SGK4 to the third power 1999. Give it a simple name. Call Smiley Emoji Place or something. Emoji Galaxy.
No, because that's. I mean, if you look at that, how many galaxies are just in that one little thing? That's the small thing, and they know that the letters stand for which area in the sky.
But you know, Wikipedia is gonna whittle it down anyway, so it's gonna be Smiley Face Galaxy Watch.
Yeah, but well, that's what people are gonna call this picture. But if you want to look in the sky for it and shit like that, then you're gonna have to know these coordinates and shit.
And you also probably need Hubble.
Yeah, you're gonna need a much bigger telescope.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need a bigger telescope. It is an awesome picture, though. That's cool.
Yeah. The sweeping arc of light that makes up the mouth appears to be pulled out of shape due to the strong gravitational forces distorting its light. The lower arc-shaped galaxy has the characteristic shape of a galaxy that has been gravitationally lensed. Its light has passed near a massive object en route to us, causing it to become distorted and stretched out of shape, NASA explains. When stars are born, they emerge from giant clouds of gas called stellar nurseries. Over time, these nurseries become unstable, succumbing to gravitational forces until they become the seeds that give birth to the new stars. Peering into the lives of other galaxies can shed light on how gas is transformed into giant stars through time and space. This is exactly what Hubble was doing when it stumbled across this cute little face in the region rich with stellar nurseries. By analyzing this luminosity, size, and formation rate of young stars in the images like these, researchers at NASA hope to better understand how stars are formed in the cold and dusty corners of the universe.
So get you a Hubble. No, but check out the image if you can. It's easy to Google. It is a fun picture.
How much is one of those telescopes? Like a big one?
Hubble?
A Hubble is millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
It's a space station, right? Up there?
No, it's almost as big as the spot, and it's probably like a quarter of the size.
Doesn't China have one bigger than Hubble now?
No, they have the big, huge radio telescope like Arecibo. They have a bigger one than Arecibo. It's like
So you have to build a
size of
satellite.
Arecibo.
Big ass satellite.
Well, it's a telescope, but it's a satellite because it's outside of our atmosphere.
Yeah.
That's how it can get the images that it gets. Everything that we see is distorted by our atmosphere and shit like that. So once you go outside of our atmosphere, that's Hubble can get these fucking amazing images and shit. So it's a big giant fucking telescope floating around outside of the.
That's crazy, huh?
Fucking awesome.
No, we need to go check out one of these telescopes.
We have two telescopes. He's got one. I got one.
No, I'm talking about like go to like.
Well, I'm telling him. You know, we got the telescopes and stuff. We can see some. You know,
we definitely check out stuff when we can.
That's cool.
You can
Up in
see
Vermont,
Saturn and
you gotta go to
everything.
Vermont with us in the summer.
Oh really? You guys stargaze looking for?
Oh, we do. We were out there
UFOs
during
and
the what was it, the Perseid or one of the meteor showers?
Really?
And
That's
we were
cool.
watching the streak across the sky, and just it was a great freaking view of everything. Mars, everything, you could see it beautiful up there.
Yeah.
You're away from all this city lights and smog and stuff, so it's a whole different experience. You forget living in the city. There are people who never left the city who don't have it. When they see stars like that, they don't.
Crazy.
They think it's an illusion because they're like, "There's not that many stars in the
Yeah.
sky." Yeah, there are. You just grew up in the city. You don't get the pleasure of knowing what's
Light
actually out there.
pollution.
I've been to a lot of mountainous areas, man. And, oh man, you can see the stars. It's beautiful.
Absolutely.
That's why they say Africa. You go to Africa, it's the most beautiful spot to view the stars because it's so flat. You know, in some aspect, you can see everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
All right, let's see here. Earth has 2 extra moons.
Wow.
2?
So now Earth has 3 moons.
We got 3. Which one is Michael Jackson on?
First spotted in the 1960s, the huge dust clouds have now been confirmed and may affect plans for future space exploration. Earth's moon may not be alone. After more than half a century of speculation and controversy, Hungarian astronomers and physicists say they have finally confirmed the existence of 2 Earth-orbiting moons, in quotations, entirely made of dust.
Dust moons.
Yeah, the dust moons. As they describe in the monthly notice of the Royal Astronomical Society, the team managed to capture snapshots of the mysterious clouds lurking just 250,000 miles away, roughly the same distance as the moon. Researchers previously inferred the presence of multiple natural companions to Earth, but the dust clouds weren't actually seen until 1961, when their namesake, Polish astronomer Kazimierz Kordylewski got a glimpse. Even then, their presence was questioned. Kordylewski clouds are two of the toughest objects to find, and though they are close to Earth as the moon, they are largely overlooked by researchers in astronomy, says study author Judith Sinbaglau, an astronomer at the Eötvös Loránd University in Hungary. It is intriguing to confirm that our planet has dusty pseudo-satellites in orbit alongside our lunar neighbor. According to the new findings, each Kordylewski cloud is about 15 by 10 degrees wide, or equal to 30 by 20 lunar disks in the night sky. This translates to an area in space about 65,000 by 45,000 miles in actual size, nearly 9 times wider than Earth. The clouds themselves are enormous, but individually particles that comprise them are estimated to measure just micrometers across. Sunlight reflecting off these particles makes them glow ever so slightly, just like the pyramid-shaped glow of the zodiacal sign light that results from dust scattered between the orbits of the planets. These satellite clouds, however, have remained hidden in the darkness of space up until now simply because they are super faint. It is very difficult to detect them against the galactic light, starlight, zodiac light, and sky glow, says the study author. Now using special polarizing filters on their cameras, the researchers have managed to reveal the scattered light reflecting off the individual particles within the clouds. For generations, astronomers have suggested the possibility that Earth may have more than one moon. There are 5 specific points of stability in space, deep space, where they figured the moons could be located. These orbital sweet spots, known as Lagrange points, are where the gravitational pull of 2 orbiting objects, such as the Earth and the Sun, is balanced out by the centripetal force of their orbits. Here, objects remain trapped in a relatively stable position and a constant distance from both the moon and the Earth. Kordylewski first searched 2 of these points, L4 and L5, in hopes of finding solid body moons in the 1950s. Instead, he ended up revealing our first hints of dust clouds orbiting the Earth. And that is that. So yeah, so there's 2 other moons up there. What moons? They're not, you know, people are like, those aren't moons, they're dust clouds and stuff. No, anything that is locked into the orbit of a planet is considered a moon. Whether it's a fucking perfect ball, you know, a ball-shaped thing like our moon, or if it's a fucking, like, if you look at Mars's moons, they're all fucked, and then they look like fucking potatoes. They don't look like moons at all. So, and I guess there's dust clouds that are locked into the orbit around the Earth.
So we got dust moons.
They're dust moons. They're considered moons. It's kind of strange, you know. We name all the other moons around all the other planets, but our moon is just called Moon, which is what a moon is. It's you know, just a.
It's a satellite.
It's a satellite of Earth, of a planet. You know, a moon, or and the sun is the sun, but every other star gets named.
Well, they just kept it simple, you know. Moon.
So, Jiggy, I have a proposition with this. The 2 dust clouds. One's Michael and one's Jackson.
The 2 dust clouds, they get together. It could be. It's just moonwalking through space.
Alright. Let's see here. Nope. Fuck. Give me a minute, I'll find another story.
You have them, then we lose them, then get them back again. A little bit of silence. It won't hurt y'all.
Well, it wouldn't load through the fucking shit.
Hell yeah!
Always have 3 million, then you lose them when you need them.
Of course, that's a video.
Hi. This is the awkward silence, but it comes with the territory. Dealing with these devices moves the ground, make them hard to find.
Okay, here we go. This discovery in a 4,500-year-old quarry solves the mystery of the Egyptian Great Pyramids. A new archaeological dig has led to an important discovery about how the Egyptian pyramids were built. It seems that the Egyptians could have used a system of ramps and pulleys to make work easier for builders of the pyramids. The pictures below indicate a ramp structure that could be used to pull blocks up with ropes. This 4,500-year-old ramp was unearthed in ancient quarry in eastern desert. Ancient Egyptian architects probably realized that an inclined plane can decrease the amount of force required to pull up these blocks. Each block can weigh around 2.3 tons, which is equivalent to about 4,600 pounds. The Great Pyramids are one of the last surviving wonders of the world today, built during the region of Khufu, and we still do not know exactly how they were built. This graphic could lead to more discoveries into the building of the pyramids. The workers would have used wooden poles which they pulled ropes around to hold the blocks. These poles acted as pulleys, showing that the Egyptians understood more than one way to decrease workload. The reason it has taken so long to discover these ramps is that they have been removed immediately after construction. Now that we see the Egyptians did indeed use ramps, we can make more conjectures about how these 481-foot Great Pyramid was built. The workers probably mounted a block on a sled which was tied with ropes wrapped around the wooden poles, and the ramp was probably a gradient of 20%, relevant as much work as possible to allow the blocks to slide easily up the ramp in place. Yeah, cool. That might have worked for getting them out of the quarry and everything, and up a small little ramp and everything. But to build a ramp to get to the top of the fucking pyramids and do what they fucking talking about and shit.
It's a hell of a ramp.
And it's one big ass fucking ramp. And then they had to take that big ass fucking ramp down.
Yep.
Yep.
Then they had a big ass fire.
Sure they did.
The one thing I'll ask though is like, so how long did it presumably take that the pyramids took to build?
Supposedly 20 years.
So it takes, you think about, I'm a contractor by day. You think about like a skyscraper, it could take a year, maybe 18 months, maybe almost 2 years. We build high skyscrapers like that. Sometimes they're 10-year projects, but look how fast we built the Liberty Building in place of the two towers. We built that fast, and that's a stunning building. So 20 years, that's a long time, but it's to build something like that with a ramp like that, it'd be crazy, man. But hey, they had the Baghdad battery back then and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's no way that they'd use a ramp like that. They might have used ramps later than in other later dynasties and stuff, but when the pyramids were, they didn't use ramps. There's no evidence to say that there was ramps anywhere near there. Maybe in the quarry again. There's ramps in quarries all over the fucking place. You got to get the stones up out of there somehow. But to get and to build a ramp to get to the top of the pyramids.
But didn't the Egyptians have good carpenters? Weren't they like really famous for their carpentry? Like their stonework and stuff like that, so maybe, it's always a possibility, man.
Well, if there was ramps, there's a good theory, because where they find these hollow spots and stuff like that, there's a spiral ramp inside the pyramid that goes up like this.
So you think they built it inside?
Well, because if you do that and you build it so it's a highly plausible, especially where they find these little like things that they say it's because the blocks on.
Because isn't the tomb the underground tunnel, and then it actually leads to another exit location?
Well, there's stuff below ground and then the stuff above ground and stuff.
Could you imagine if they?
But the whole entire pyramids were probably built on top of an older pyramid or an older structure that was there, and they just keep on doing it until they got to the pyramids and stuff. A lot of these sites, you can tell that they were
modified,
an original structure there, and then over time other civilizations and other people came along and they were like, oh, let's rebuild this here or whatever, and let's do whatever. That's why the Sphinx's face has been changed who knows how many fucking times. That's why it's this fucking big compared to the rest of the fucking body, because they keep on fucking changing the face. Like, I want my face up there now.
Jiggy Sphinx.
So, alright, and I think that's it for the news.
Alright, folks, this is probably we're going to take a break, give you a chance to go roll something, smoke something, hit the head, did whatever you need to do to come back and settle in for the show. Enjoy the music. And we come back tonight. We'll be hitting some of the headlines and talking about them. It's open topic headlines night. So don't go too far. Paranormal Hood.
Yeah.
This is Billy Carson, aka Forbidden Knowledge, and you're listening to Paranormal Hood Live Radio. They are the paranormal voice of the hood.
In the space-time, the children of light look down. Deep in Earth's heart lie the halls of Amenti, far neath the island of the sunken Atlantis. Halls of the dead and halls of the living, bathed in the fire of the infinite fall. Far in a past time, lost in the space-time, the children of light look down on the world, seeing the children of men in their bondage, bound by the force that came from beyond. Knew they that only by freedom from bondage could man ever rise from the earth to the sun.
Chilling with those in the halls of Amenti. No food in 3 days, stomach empty, I'm fasting. All the while I'm acting on my passion. Sacred sites bound and I begin to galactic. Chilling with those in the halls of Amenti. No food in 3 days, stomach empty, I'm fasting. All the while I'm acting on my passion. Sacred sites bound and I begin to galactic.
They tryna bring me down like Atlantis. They ain't understanding the message of the passage. Yeah, that's automatic. Force field fast, different world like the Wayne. Yeah, different planet. Everybody's so savage. Dark green tablet. Let me teach the people they can do a little magic. Let me teach the people they can walk a little faster. Keep a tight grip, walking up Jacob's ladder. Let go of that cargo. Now you know the mysteries of the cosmos, and you know that up here is no time zones. You can go anywhere that I go. Let's go. I'm fasting on everything, cool on everything. I'm back to the astral plane. I'm sick of the same old things. I'm feeling like Wu-Tang Cash rules everything.
Chilling with those in the halls of Amenti. No food in 3 days, stomach empty, I'm fasting. All the while I'm acting on my passion. Sacred sites bound and I begin to galactic. Chilling with those in the halls of Amenti. No food in 3 days, stomach empty, I'm fasting. All the while I'm acting on my passion. Sacred sites bound and I begin to galactic. One, with my mind, body, and soul. Feel the love that I am taking over control. Got my soul integrating as my mind got divided. I feel my continent with light, then I became triple-sided. My glands started expanding, it started commanding. My thoughts and emotions, my body was standing in complete darkness. I was cold and heartless. Till meditation had your boy feeling thoughtless. Geometrical patterns started manifesting, it started blessing my path. I started feeling the wrath from within. My pineal getting bigger, got my DNA activated, my rhymes getting sicker. That's when Thor stepped in as he looked me in my eye. Astro projected out, Dove Lila to the sky. Immortal observations of parallel creations, ascending through these dimensions of light. Feel my sensations, son, I'm chilling with those in the halls of Amenti. No food in 3 days, stomach empty, I'm fasting. All the while I'm acting on my passion. Sacred sites bound and I begin to galactic. Chilling with those in the halls of Amenti. No food in 3 days, stomach empty, I'm fasting. All the while I'm acting on my passion. Sacred sites bound and I begin to galactic.
He who by progress has grown from the darkness, lifted himself from the night into light. Free is he of the halls of Amenti, free from the flower of light and of life. Guided he then by wisdom and knowledge, passes from men to the master of life.
pass through the Tesseract. 3D biohack. Time to regain the memories of the energies and frequencies. Go astral, then to the universe so we can learn how to manifest eternally. You are more powerful than you know. Just open your eye and you will see.
Yeah, I went to the origins of this, connected my organs to planets, opened my forces with forces from planets, flow with the orbit to balance my zoomorphic canvas. I feel like a genius right now, I feel like I'm genius right now. It's bigger than Jesus right now. Fucking photons from the excess light to my third eye got me crystallized. Everything I visualize turned out. I be in this fucking prism like a symphony. Taste, color, make dreams in my crystal eye. Everything we ever learned was a lie. Marduk and Tiamat made we collide. Spaces and spaces, dimensions get taken to places where only the truth can survive. Faces get taken, erased and replaced, where the only intention is living to die. Tell me what's the ticket on the LB? I got 21 grams in the pentagram, sitting like an Indian. That's how I gather all my energies. I was in this motherfucking Rain Man tripping. Geometrices all dripping out my brainstem. AM, I woke from the sound of the sun. I am fire and light, fire and light.
And I will not die because music is life. I am eternal, I'm vibrating light. Must find that balance to center these talents, cause once I imagine shit's dropping through twice. Spitting this ether that burns through this creature. Drop knowledge through ether with flames from your speakers. Cause when you look deeper and see past the preachers, turn the pews into bleachers, man, something ain't right. Yeah, in a God world, nigga, don't pray on me. I'm not looking for your savior for the remedy. I can't believe that another nigga saving me, especially when that same nigga was sleep during slavery. I ain't seen a saved nigga that was really free, nor a paid nigga struggle for a plate to eat. So when you enter this realm, just know that nothing's free. Frequency purge, feeling the burn. You know it's the fire within. The vibration turn, waters are poured. Now watch all my alchemy begin. I'ma mix a little feelings in this pen. Got some fresh blood and some shrooms for the tank. I'm about to write about the truth, like Hoff was in the booth, and we taking this love to the bank. They say we part 8, I guess they just saying we saying. I'm no longer playing, you fresh off the worship, keep praising these corpses. I vibrate these organs, keep building this fortress I stay in. Infinite time, infinite rhyme, infinite life, infinite mind, infinite I, infinite immortality and beyond. Who's I'm and raw to the limitless.
It would seem theoretically first, meaning in logic, that the space that time doesn't exist has to be the point of origin. And it's because we still will never have answers for where did the first thing come from.
They want me to believe my mind is a menace. If I don't choose to use it, how they tried to program it, like my head's a battle drive. It's from another planet. To label it a dud and place it below the standards. Now they're calling me a rebel, saying I just wouldn't understand it. It's above my way of thinking, too complex for the average. So run along now and have a sip of this cancer, and watch on television. Pray to God for your answers and keep yourself busy. Make sure to pay these taxes. A little friendly minder, let you know who's swinging axes, who's making up the brackets, devising all the distractions, telling me to relax. I guess I'm just a bit too savage with a sophisticated sense. The setting causing havoc, rising up against the ones with the little shiny badges, the long black robes, the camouflage jackets, the red and blue ties, and the crooked Sunday masses. I guess I'm to the point where you can say I've had it. Now my mind's feeling erratic and tragic and full of static from the trash that these bastards is feeding us systematic for their own cinematics, and they fucked up social classes. Wanna keep me in the dark, but my light is everlasting, and all I can see is the future reflecting in my glasses. So now is the time to rise up with the ashes, and with the massive passion I watch the system as it crashes.
So your point of origin it's not fixed, it's not static. Because if you didn't notice, if all the solutions that have been available on the planet, the major solutions like the religion, like the financial structure, and like if it was really, really potent, it would have changed everything. They give Nobel Peace Prizes away all the time, but there's no peace.
This is how the gods created this whole reality. This is how the gods created this whole reality. Whole reality. Whole reality. They came out, studied the Anunnakis. They came out of inner space. not from outer space. Inner space.
Goddesses and guys writing on the canvas. For each thought manifested, something's manufactured. Volt 32 hertz like I got antennas. Yeah, you gotta do work, nobody's holding hands here. Give yourself more credit, you always making assumptions. I was taking notes when Chris was doing self-destruction. Waking up to Genie like Aladdin. Every time we speak it's magic, be careful for what you asking. Karma GPS mapping. Good and bad don't exist. Duality, all the triumphs came from the casualties. I used to ask for answers until the universe started asking me. Now I'm Dr. Phil to the galaxy. It ain't all easy. Some get the power and screw it up just like Archimedes. Some people received instructions but they don't never read them. Some people waiting on the future, some already seen it. Yeah.
This is how the gods created this whole reality. This is how the gods created this whole reality. Whole reality. This is how the gods created this whole reality.
432 hertz, close to the Mother Earth. Trying to clean up the system for whatever that is worth. Sound vibrations kinda like the Tibetan monks. Not a mystery, we move things, levitate them with words. We gon' teach them, the scientists and the teacher. They try to forbidden our knowledge, so we had to go deeper. They tried to hide it from us, but we discovered the secrets. We don't believe in demons, only elites trying to mislead us. Trying to take this level of consciousness out of the sequence. As long as we never peep it, they will keep us defeated. But we undefeated, always overcome for some reason. All these high vibrations from the frequencies that we be in. Yeah.
This is how the gods created this whole reality. This is how the gods created this whole reality. Whole reality. This is how the gods created this whole reality. Death is an illusion. Once you realize this, you live your life more courageously. This body is the limitation of you. Before there was a body, there was this voice traveling in this voice's dimension. To get here to the earth, the inner voice created this outer extension of itself to be in this dimension. Once you realize that you are not just in this dimension, but you're also in another dimension, you now are free. Because whatever happens to you here in this dimension is not your only reality. Now once you realize that level of consciousness, where you are officially, you identify yourself as the spirit, not the flesh. You are the inner voice, not the outer voice. Once you become the inner voice, now your outer voice has power. Now when you speak, it's not just a shell speaking. There's a being speaking through the shell. And this is where you heal all sickness in your body. This is where you command reality to work with you, and it works according to your consciousness. Why? Because it's not a shell that's speaking. There's a real being in the shell that is speaking. And when the real being speaks, all nature and the universe respond.
Look at me, I'm the one that you came for. I'm everything you ever wanted, no change though. I'm the cheddar, the green, the guap and the cream, the bread and the butter, but man make the dough. I'm the reason niggas kill folk and make the lies that you call true. I'm the reason reason why they call troops and drop bombs on the land till they call truce. I'm the false truth. The American dream ain't nothing it seems until you believe and make me your king. Be slaved by me and these shackles are free. And they got diamonds, man, look how they bling. I'm the reason why they rap and the reason why they sing. And why niggas told gas just to jack everything. I'm your purpose for living, forget everything but my lies are our truth. Their lies are truth. If you catch us alive on a ride, I'll provide you with truth. Just listen to the lies are our truth. Their lies are true. Why you waiting on God to decide and finally realize it was all just a lie? I got my eye on you too, making sure you brainwashed through the YouTube. I'ma get your kids lost in the most views. Show them how I boss move, trying to fit a guy's shoes. Spitting bars, no lawsuit. But when the consequences fall through, watch it all fall down till the goat don't move. As the violence ensues, I'll broadcast it all on the news. And tell you there's no choice but lose. And tell you there's no voice but that of my own. If you value your own, stay quiet or get silenced like phones. I am all in your home, I control what you do, what to buy and consume. I make truth out of lies, and if you don't comply, I send Jacqueline Hyde to make sure that you die. Their lies are true. Their lies are our truth. If you catch us in the lie, wanna ride, I provide you with truth. Just listen to the lies. Their lies are our truth. Their lies are true. Why you waiting on God to decide and finally realize it was all just a lie? How you living is a lie. What you dreaming is a lie. What is best, how you dress, the power is sex. Even every choice is different, false pretense. Because their lies are our truth. Their lies are truth. Why you waiting on God to decide and finally realize it was all just a lie? Say goodbye to everything you knew. You're now faced with the demon in you. I'm the evil that you try to hide. Those thoughts of suicide, homicide, genocide. I'm hated, it's more masochistic. Hades couldn't fathom this shit. I'm the reason why grip exists, bitch. Put me in the room with the purists. Betty coming out like Judas. Show me all the truth and I shoot it. Put holes in the honest man movement, cause the honest man stupid, yeah, the honest man useless. Ain't no money in the truth, and the love of money is my root. So as long as you dummies stay hungry for the bread like seagulls, I'ma spread evil on the wings of an eagle. I used to be arrows and olives, now it's money and power. I took heroes and scholars and turned them to villains and martyrs. I'm a limitless author. Watch you paint a pic so sick with the blood of your kin and the tears of revenge. Watch my masterpiece unfold in the end. Here, you can see it better if you sitting on these rims. And I'll give you all of this money so you can have all of the influence. And I'll think it's all just so funny cause I gave you the truth. Now look what you do with it. Exactly what I wanted. Keep frontin', hoping eventually it'll mean something. Cause when it's all said and done with, I'll remain to do the same to the next generation of lames that can't love. Their lies are truth. Their lies are our truth. If you catch us in a lie, wanna ride, I'll provide you with truth. Just listen to the lies. Their lies are our truth. Their lies are truth. Why you waiting on God to decide and finally realize it was all just a lie? How you living is a lie. What you dreaming is a lie. What is best, how you dress, the power is sex. Even every choice is different, false pretense. Because their lies are our truth. Their lies are truth. Why you waiting on God to decide and finally realize it was all just a lie? Welcome to my hood. There ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the buckle up. I'ma show you where it's at. We gon' burn a couple blunts, we gon' pop a couple caps. I ain't talking about 4 5s from the strap. Psilocybin driving, so we headed off the map. What you know about? Taste the color seeing sound with a crystallize. Turning nothing into something when we alchemize. Vandalize the lies with the truth. Ain't nobody wanna take shots to this proof. All we ever wanted was the answers. Looking for unique, but our vision keep us phantom. Phantom black man, ghost writing in a pentagram. I'm from the place where our thoughts meet the program. Not too many open to the power that they hold. Just know that when we shine, it's the reflection of your soul. Supreme beings moving, watch the galaxy implode. We are not alone. If you not normal, welcome home.
Yeah.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the I gotta hold on to this feeling. I'll be seeing visions through the folds of the prism. Projecting all wishes, anything I want is given. Paranormal vision, you can call it supervision. Control the superstition, make them wonder how we do it. They seen us in the mud, now we out here making music with the paranormal movement that's stronger than what you deal with. If Jesus was just a fraud, then hallelujah for Judas. Caesar is not the mob, so it just had to be Brutus. They hate when we on our job, cause persecution is useless. Proof that what we doing is more than just making music. Utilizing the truth, drop it off in the hood. Showing what's really good, the feeling is understood. We know just what it means to get it by all means. Supreme beings moving, watch reality explode. Not alone, if you not know, welcome home. Yeah. Welcome to my hood.
Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal.
Everything paranormal. Scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the portal.
Step into the portal that we call Paranormal Hood.
And here.
Alright, what's Hood Hoodies? Welcome back. It's Paranormal Hood Live Radio. We're live and direct in the Garden of Knowledge Studios. I'm Jiggy, your host.
Smoke King.
And Rev J.
Yes, what's up to everybody on YouTube? What's up, Periscope, too? We're also live on Periscope. Just want to jump into to make sure that folks know not only are we doing our live Thursday night show that we normally do, but tonight on VidiSpace is the premiere of Paranormal Hood, the show. Episode number 1, Freetown Forest, the Bridgewater Triangle. You can check it out. It is a subscribe service, but there's a 15-day free subscription. So go give it a try. Watch episode 1. Let us know what you think. It goes live 9 p.m. Central, which I believe is 10 p.m. our time. Eastern, I believe it's only an hour behind us. So I'll try to jump in the chat there too a little bit and see what goes on. But you know, you guys can also jump in over here when you want to, and we'll be live here until 11 p.m. Okay, so it's plenty of time. So make sure you go check that out on VidiSpace. Everybody on Periscope too, go subscribe. Go watch episode 1 of us in the Freetown Forest, the Bridgewater Triangle. Watch us explore our first episode and first investigation on the series. Okay, not our first investigation, because we're that's far from our first investigation, but the first one for the actual show that we put together and stuff for you guys to see. And at some point, just know too that as we get further into the episodes, some of the episodes will actually be doing some live streaming during the episodes and stuff. We're just growing with it, and we're crawling before we walk. I want to make sure when we bring the quality and stuff to that everything will be perfect and you guys will be able to be part of the experience. So just know that as the episodes progress, you're going to get more and more views of different stuff in different places that we go and investigate, but also to hang out with us live and stuff during these investigations. So it's going to be an awesome journey. So we look forward to you guys checking it out. And again, you know where to find us. And if you don't, just subscribe. Paranormal Hood everywhere, social media, everything. We're always able to talk, say hi, whatever. Tell us how you think, what you think about what's going on. All right. Okay. Excuse me as I relight the blunt. But yeah, we do smoke weed. It's medicine. It's good for you. God put this here for you and me, Craig. It's from the earth. And tonight, excuse me, give me a second. Let me hit the blunt. Alright. We're going to pass this over. I'm going to shut Periscope down. Periscope, Everybody on Periscope, if you want to see, continue the conversation, see what we're talking about, what's going on, keep track of what's going on Video Space tonight, just go to YouTube Live, subscribe to Paranormal Hood Live, and we're live over there. There's a chat there because it's harder to see the chat on Periscope anyway, so just come on over. We'll be there live till 11, then we do a last blend segment, so it could be 11:15, 11:30, whenever we're done. We'll see. All right? So come over and join us. Let me just end this, okay? All this goddamn starting and stopping and moving and grooving. Alright, I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry, you folks who tune in every week and everything. Raphael, good to see you. Shout out to Bay. Shout out to anybody else. I don't know who's in the chat. Sometimes people just kind of hover in the back. Say hi if you're in there. And talk to us. Tonight, we're going to be doing some headline stuff. And it's open topic, too, so you can jump in if you guys some stuff that's going on in your mind. Some headlines that you've seen that maybe it's something we haven't even covered yet that you want to talk about. Feel free to get into it with us. Okay? All right. I have one that we can start this off with because I find this story to be completely fascinating. Incredibly, as you might say. So excuse me as I backtrack a little bit here, because I gotta shut all this social media stuff down. See, we got multiple things going and everything, you know, trying to please everybody everywhere at the same time. It ain't easy, man. It ain't easy. No one understands what we go through. It's not easy. You understand, Rev? They don't understand the tedious amount of work that goes into this every week. That goes into it every day. Research, trying to understand. Especially if we're gonna talk some shit about some shit. You want to have some understanding about what you talk about. So, excuse me. Let me back to here. It's going to come up any second now. Here we go. Excuse me. All right. So, this has been something that's been in the news. It's been major, and I think it's actually been widely covered by mainstream news. Which, in most cases, when it comes to most things paranormal, anomalies, all that stuff, you know, when you get mainstream news really talking about and taking it serious, it's kind of something different. And I know there's all that talk about fake news, but I don't find this to be fake news. So, interstellar object may have been alien probe. Harvard papers argue, but experts are skeptical. A mysterious cigar-shaped object spotted tumbling through our solar system was last year may have been an alien spacecraft sent to investigate Earth, astronomers from Harvard University have suggested. The object, nicknamed Mau, because that's
it's like Amahui or something like that.
I don't know what the fuck it is. It's like OUMUA. So if anybody can help me with that, thank you, because I think it's like a Hawaiian word or some shit. All right,
it's like Amahui or something like that. I'm pretty sure.
What you said. Meaning a messenger that reaches out from the distant past in Hawaiian was discovered in October 2017 by the Pan-STARRS 1 telescope in Hawaii. Since its discovery, scientists have been at odds to explain its unusual features and precise origins, with researchers first calling it a comet and then an asteroid before finally deeming it the first of its kind, a new class of interstellar objects. A new paper by researchers at Harvard Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics raises the possibility that the elongated dark red object, which is 10 times as long as it is wide and traveling at speeds of 196,000 miles per hour, might have an artificial origin. O, I'm just going to call this motherfucker Big O, may be a fully operational probe sent intentionally to Earth vicinity by an alien civilization, they wrote in the paper, which has been submitted to the Astrophysical Journal Letters. The theory is based on the object's excessive acceleration or its unexpected boost in speed as it travels through and ultimately out of our solar system in January. Considering an artificial origin, one possibility is that O is a light sail floating in interstellar space as debris from an advanced technological equipment, wrote the paper's authors, suggesting that the object could be propelled by solar radiation. The paper was written by Abraham Loeb, professor of chair of astronomy, and Shmuel Bialy, whatever the fuck his name is, a postdoctoral scholar at the Harvard Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics. Loeb has published 4 books and more than 700 papers on topics like black holes, the future of the universe, the search for extraterrestrial life, and the first stars. The paper points out that comparable light sails exist on Earth. Light sails with similar dimensions have been designed and constructed by our civilization, including the Icaros project and the Starshot initiative. The light sail technology might be abundantly used for transportation of cargoes between planets or between stars. In the paper, the pair theorized that the object's high speed and its unusual trajectory could be the result of no longer being operational. This would account for the various anomalies of O's, such as the unusual geometry inferred from its light curve, its low thermal emissions suggesting high reflectivity, and its deviation from a Keplerian orbit without any sign of a cometary tail or spin-up torques. O is the first object ever seen in our solar system that is known to have originated elsewhere. At first, astronomers thought the rapidly moving faint light was a regular comet or an asteroid that had originated in our solar system. Comets in particular are known to speed up due to outgassing, a process in which the sun heats the surface of the icy comet, releasing melted gas. But O didn't have a comma, the atmosphere and dust that surrounds comets as they melt. Multiple telescopes focused on the object for 3 nights to determine what it was before it moved out of sight. Going forward, the researchers believe we should search for other interstellar objects in our sky. It is exciting to live at a time when we have the scientific technology to search for the evidence of alien civilizations, Loeb wrote in an email. The evidence about O is not conclusive but interesting. I will be truly excited once we have conclusive evidence. Is this just a fantasy? Other mysteries in space have previously been thought of as signs of extraterrestrial life, a mysterious radio signal repeating from fast radio bursts, even a strangely flickering star known as Tabby's star. The mysterious radio signal was later determined to be coming from Earth. The repeat fast radio bursts are still being investigated, and new research suggests that Tabby's star is flickering because of dust rather than being an alien megastructure. So what does this mean of O? I am distinctly unconvinced and honestly think the study is rather flawed, Alan Jackson, fellow of the Center for Planetary Science of the University of Toronto, Scarborough, wrote in an email. Carl Sagan once said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and this paper is distinctly lacking evidence, never mind extraordinary evidence. Jackson published a paper in the monthly notice of the Royal Astronomical Society in March that suggests that O came from a binary star system or a system with 2 stars. Jackson said the spectral data from O looks like an asteroid or a comet, while that of a solar sail would look very different. The new paper proposes that the sail has been coated in interstellar dust, which obscures its true spectral signature. Any functional spacecraft would almost certainly retract its solar sail once in interstellar space is to prevent damage, Jackson said. The sail is useless once away from a star, so there would be no reason to leave it deployed. If it was then deployed again on entering the solar system, it would be pristine. Even if it was left deployed, the dust accumulation would be primary on the leading side, like bugs on a windshield. O also travels in a complex tumbling spin, but a functioning solar sail would have a much smoother path and obvious radiation-driven acceleration, Jackson said. Even the spinning motion of a damaged solar sail would be far more strongly influenced by the radiation forces than seen, he explained. The solar sail would also be thinner than the authors of the new paper describe, he said. Excuse me if I hit the blunt. The sail of Icaros is 7.5 micrometers thick, with a mass of only 0.100.1 g, whatever the fuck that means, 100 times lower than their estimate, Jackson said. While its combined spacecraft and sail would have a higher net mass, the sail itself needs to be extremely light. That would also significantly change their estimate for how far it could travel before falling apart, though as I said, I doubt any functional craft would leave its sail deployed in interstellar space. Solar sails also can't change course after being launched, so if O was truly a solar sail, it would be traceable back to its origin. So far, there is no obvious origin for O. Beyond that, it becomes difficult to trace because of the motion of the stars, and any hypothetical alien civilization would face the same issues in charting a course that long in the first place, aside from arguments about whether they would want to launch a craft they knew would not reach its destination for millions of years, Jackson said. Concerning O, there was little evidence because astronomers weren't able to observe it for long, which opens up to speculation in the name of science. The thing you have to understand is scientists are perfectly happy to publish an outlandish idea if it has even the tiniest sliver of a chance of not being wrong. Astrophysicist and cosmologist Catherine Mack tweeted. But until every other possibility has been exhausted a dozen times over, even the authors probably don't believe it. But it's important to distinguish that the researchers who wrote the new paper have expertise in solar sails, so they're suggesting that O could be like a solar sail, said Corin Baylor Jones of the Max Planck Institute for Astronomy. Can't they ever just like acronyms or some shit? Baylor Jones' paper on possible origin sites for O was accepted by the Astrophysical Journal in September. Aliens would only come into all of this if you accept their assumption, and that's what it is. It doesn't come from that data. The O is cell-like, and also assuming nothing like that could be natural, Baylor Jones wrote in an email. In fact, they only mentioned the word alien once, when they mentioned in passing that O might have been targeted to intercept the solar sail. All right, this shit just drubs on about people speculating. All right. So what do you think?
Anything is possible.
See, my whole take on it too is that
my whole take on it is everybody's quick to say it's a fucking UFO. There's a whole bunch of shit the fuck up there that we have no fucking clue what the fuck it is, and until I have actual fucking evidence and proof and fucking photographs or something that it was a UFO instead of a whole bunch of speculation off of a little bit of data that we have, then I mean, it is a UFO. It's an unidentified flying object fucking up in space, which again, there's a lot of it. But is it a fucking intelligently designed craft fucking by an alien
It looks like
race?
a big ass blunt.
You know what I mean?
It really does. If you look, it looks like a big ass.
Yeah, but that's a computer image, fucking of what they assumed that this structure looks like or whatever, based off of the little bit of data and stuff. So they did an artist rendering of what it could possibly look like. It looks like a giant fucking log of shit. Actually, it doesn't look anything like a blunt. It's not smooth at all. It's fucking doesn't have a tapered end. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like anything. It looks like a fucking log of shit floating in space. Maybe it's a giant.
It's Mr. Hanky.
Maybe,
Christmas poo, howdy ho.
That's why it doesn't act like any normal astronaut or anything. You know how like fucking planes dump the shit out and stuff and it freezes into fucking big fucking blue blobs of fucking ice and stuff? Well, that's fucking aliens. The aliens fucking flying somewhere around near there and they just fucking dump their shit out and it's just a big log of shit.
Alien shit.
But yeah,
and maybe it's got some alien technology that's inside the shit.
There's too
they
little
with
to
it.
know. Just like the same thing with Tabby Star and everything. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's a fucking." Is
that the one that they were talking? The big one that was supposedly what do you call it? A Dyson sphere.
It's got a Dyson sphere around it. Stuff. We found alien fucking civilization and everything like that. Really? You got all that from that? You know, so it's. Just like everything. Again, anything is possible. It's possible. It could have been some type of alien fucking craft or something sent here to fucking check out Earth and then it zoomed away or whatever they say it did. But the odds of that, they came all the way here and they were here for, what, a couple of minutes and then they left? That's a long way to fucking travel for just a few minutes. They were lost. Oh shit, we made a wrong turn in Albuquerque. Fuck.
Hey, maybe it's a short time span for them.
Or hey, they could have had like some danger radar, and they're like, humans, danger, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
they're gonna fuck us up, man.
Warning, planet Earth. Warning, you're coming to proximity with Earth. Warning, they're like, oh shit, the Earth alarm went on, jet.
We don't want to mess with them humans. They're crazy.
They had that one movie with Will Smith, where in the future the Earth was all fucked up by some crazy ass, like, just the whatever animals here evolved into, they evolved into some crazy ass, like, we hate humans, we're gonna just eat all humans and destroy them type shit. So when you ended up in the solar system and you ended up near Earth or crashed on Earth, there was like all these warnings, like, you're coming too close to Earth, and they crashed on Earth. So I bet it is. I'm telling you, motherfuckers is like, look at these motherfuckers, they're idiots. Like, just keep moving. They drive by, when they crash here, they're like, fuck, we fucked up. Like, you know, alien spaceships, like, they crash here, they're like, shit, we crashed on Earth. They're sending our immediate beacons everywhere, like, help, anybody, any nearby craft, please come get us, tow us out of here, help us get the fuck out of here. You got any backup batteries or anything, some equipment?
I don't know, but I mean, and then that thing it's saying is possibly a solar sail. They think it, but well, where's your fucking artist rendering of this solar sail? I mean, every artist rendering you show, it looks like a fucking rock.
But aren't some of these pictures actual pictures of it now? Because they said they had a view of it for a few days, whatever.
but the way that they view it is not any way that we're going to interpret it as, oh yeah, look at that. So like I was talking about on the show last week and everything, is that's what they do. A couple of times I've talked about it, is when they're looking at it, well, the Hubble is actually it's a telescope, and it's actually pretty much getting images, but there's a lot of other ones out there that are getting images of this fucking space and stuff in infrared, in all these different spectrums and everything like that, and it gathers up all these different spectrums of light and everything. It's bouncing shit around and stuff, and it comes back to scientists as a bunch of fucking data, like numbers and everything like that and everything. So then they have these artists that interpret those numbers, because each one of those numbers represent colors, which represent the gases and stuff. So that's why when you see these giant fucking cloud nebulas and everything like that, they're so fucking brilliant in color, because that's what the fucking they're seeing, but it's a whole bunch of numbers. So the artist goes in there and he puts in that, and he makes it, look all fucking beautiful and shit like that, when it might not really look that fucking beautiful, you know what I mean? Or like that. It might be similar to that or whatever, but it's just basically he's got to go off of, okay, there's all these different colors here and these streaks and everything and swirls or whatever, and that's what they assume that it's going to look like based off of this data and everything like that. So same thing with that. They didn't have any pictures. They don't have any pictures. They just were bouncing their shit off up there. They're like, whoa, what the fuck is this? Let's track this for a little bit. Oh, shit, it's gone. Well, with this little bit of data we got, let's fucking do a rendering. And the first rendering it looks like literally a fucking giant log, a petrified log or something floating in space. It's long, cylindrical, but it's not fucking like a perfect, like it was man-made or alien-made or anything like that.
It could just be an old-ass fucking tree from when Earth got fucked up with them giant trees here and shit.
Right? A redwood?
Yep.
Paul Bunyan just knocked it up into space and shit like that. Well, it's pretty big. It's a good size if you read it. It's a good size fucking. It would be the biggest tree, fucking bigger than any tree stump that they supposedly say was on Earth here. So,
even bigger than what is it, Devil's Tower or whatever?
And then now supposedly, according to this Harvard study and stuff, they're saying it was possibly a solar sail and something behind it. Well, where's your artist rendering of that, and where's your interpretations and stuff of how are you figuring that out based off of what you got? You know what I mean? I didn't read the whole entire paper and everything like that. It's just like you go from the jump of it's this fucking giant asteroid rock looking thing, and now it could be possibly a solar sail, but it is interesting because it doesn't have a tail like a comet and everything, and asteroids, it doesn't have any of the characteristics of things that come into, near the sun and stuff like that. So we'll see. I know, maybe they'll study the data more, and maybe it will come back around again. Maybe it will show up again. It will come in from another direction. Now, if the shit comes back around and it's fucking, they say it's the same thing and it comes in from a totally different direction, like from another flyby, and then we can start to say, okay, maybe there's something going on.
Or if it turns around, it stops or some shit, and it's like, wait a minute.
They ain't got to tell us that.
Space Force will take care of it.
That's why they're telling us what they're telling us, because just like with Tabby Star, that it's nothing big. They're just kind of getting everybody on the edge of their seats and shit.
And they also assume it's alien. Could be some us, or earlier form of us that created some shit and put it out there a long time ago. Like the supposed, the Black Knight satellite. Pepsi, we're still waiting for the end. Please help us out. It was such an... Again, you ever see the Pepsi, the Black Knight satellite thing?
No.
They have this commercial that, well, it wasn't, I don't know if it was like a mini, the way they explained it was like it was supposed to be a movie or a series or something was supposed to come out of this. And they had major celebrities in this ad campaign. They had Usher narrating it. He has a song for it and everything called Miracle. It's like this dope thing. It's like you're like, oh shit, are they really about to talk about this Black Knight satellite and disclose it? Like, is this shit, like, is Pepsi involved somehow? And you watch it and it's really about everybody coming together and doing these symbols, and then the Black Knight satellite opens up and it comes down and talks to us now or whatever, because we're sending a message all along and we've decoded the message and shit. And I'm thinking like Pepsi's about to or something, some shit, major shit's about to happen, and boom, nothing. Nothing. You don't hear nothing else about it. Nothing. The song Miracle, Usher never released. It was a dope song too. I was like, this could be a cool song from Usher. Nope, nothing. And you can still find the stuff on, like, if you go and Google it and look on YouTube, you'll see it, and it's cool as shit. And but if you're into all that stuff, you're like, wow, like, that's an interesting ad campaign from Pepsi. of all people. Like, you're literally just saying that this thing that people have suggested exists and it's been around before us, before we put satellites in space. One is up there, and two, and I mean, again, you could be like, oh, well, Pepsi just went and did some sci-fi shit for the hell of it to fuck with your mind. But the average person wasn't going to look at that commercial and go and drink Pepsi. You're just more thinking, like, if you're into any of this stuff, like, the fuck are they talking about? Like, why Pepsi of all people? So who knows? Just saying. So we know that there's supposedly these old objects that are up there and space anomalies and stuff, but just the idea that maybe it's speeding up, I don't know. And again, they'll say it's the radiation and stuff, which we get, natural gases and everything. It makes sense. So I don't know. I just like a clear picture of some shit. See, with all these telescopes in, they just be, we get some clear pictures of some shit at this point. Like, y'all got 4, what is it, 10, what is it, the K now, is it at
8K.
now? 8K and shit and everything. Like, at this point, can't y'all get some 8K or some 10K pictures of some shit in space? And they probably have them anyways. They're just showing us some bullshit. Maybe they do know it's a big-ass cigar-shaped UFO. 'Cause it's not the first one. There's always some anomalies. Every now and then they just show up in space. You looking for the Pepsi commercial? They probably took the shit down now, because every now and then people bring it up.
I just don't want it to play.
Yeah, you can't let it play. It's like the...
Oh, no, we can let it play. I'm going to let it play for a minute.
Yeah.
I just want to get in ready.
Sure.
I'm going to try and get it so we can show a little bit of it on the screen here.
Yeah, so you guys can see a little bit of it on the screen. And then you can Google it, and you'll see. Had you ever heard of the Black Knight satellite before, bro?
No.
See? I'm telling you, there's more to paranormal than ghosts and demons, man.
Oh, yeah, I understand that.
And Bigfoot.
I don't know if it's going to work.
It may not work.
If I did... No, it won't work. Oh,
Won't work.
I'm going to figure out how to do that, because we can play clips of videos and stuff, because we're talking about it, but we can't, like, do the whole thing. There's certain rules we got to abide by when we're doing stuff. Like, we can't sit here and listen to the whole song and then not comment on stuff and everything or whatever.
Oh, you definitely want to comment on it. Every now and then I still tweet them, like, yo, what's good? Like, I should. Anybody. Like... But I mean, you all can also, again, just, it's on YouTube. The video is still up there. The commercial, movie, whatever the fuck it was, documentary and shit about the Black Knight satellite. So I don't know. Anything is possible. Anything could be floating up in space.
Could be. It could be.
You believe in UFOs?
No, I definitely do. It's not my strongest suit. You know, I'm very interested in it. I followed some of the, like, more famous cases, which discard some of my opinion of it. But I don't know. Yeah, I believe in them. I believe that they might not be human looking. They might be of something. But you think how expansive the galaxy, the universe, and so on is.
Yeah, numbers don't lie.
there has to be life somewhere else, and some minute detail. It could be like some small freaking plankton thing from SpongeBob. Who knows? But you know, there has to be life beyond Earth. It's stupid not to think there is.
We know they found microbial life and different things like that, but you know, the idea that, again, just it's so much. And then when you even thinking about, I hate when they talked about what an alien or something, an advanced something that's been here longer than us and has more time to adapt and learn things couldn't do. They always talk about, well, it can't do this. According to how we estimate things, it's only going to be able to do this or shouldn't be able to do that.
Well, I'm not a quantum physicist or anything like that, or anything that has to deal with that nature, but when planets are made, it's material and stuff collecting in a form of matter, right? And it expands and expands and expands and creates. So usually within that process, isn't there, from those different materials that come, have some like material livable entity that forms within that, and that's how life forms are created within a planet.
I mean,
once it builds an atmosphere and all that. you know.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of conditions. Well, that's for life on this planet, though.
Yeah.
Everything that we're looking for too. That's the other thing, is when we're looking for life out there, and we got these, you know, searching for planets and stuff. They're looking for planets like ours and life like us. Who's to say that life is gonna be like us?
Yeah.
Who's to say that life isn't gonna be from another planet, doesn't fucking breathe like methane and shit, and have fucking mercury for blood or some shit, or whatever the fuck it is.
Or acid for blood.
Just because life is like this on this planet, and this is how we understand it to be, doesn't mean that life out there is gonna be like that. And fuck, there could be aliens on a fucking frozen ice planet and shit like that.
Hey, man.
They got some kind of antifreeze blood that keeps them fucking warm and everything like that. And
They're the Wampas from Hoff, man.
yeah,
Wookiees.
You know, but they're all looking for life like us, similar life signs and planets where they think would be habitable, and what they call the habitable zone, like where the Earth is and stuff. Because that's, you know, there's odds. That's better odds for us to find something, because we know, okay, there's life like us here. So there may be life in those zones elsewhere. But there could be life outside of that zone.
A galaxy far, far
Again,
away.
because anything is possible.
Luke Skywalker exists, man.
Luke Skywalker exists here. The Force in all of
Galaxy
us.
far, far away.
Hey, the Force is in all of us, man. We are the Force. All depends on how you use it. Yeah, I mean, it's more the want that aliens be something that we can understand, something that we can see, something that is how we render it in movies.
Oh,
you
definitely,
know,
man.
It's a gray, which is a commonly spoken about alien, or a Pleiadian, or something that looks like us, or a tall white, or a tall dark, or a this or that. You know, there's all these different kinds of aliens. Those are more put to where we can understand it, how we see something. Especially when you go to movies, because you know what's pushed in movies.
Oh, yeah, you gotta understand.
Well, they put that in movies and stuff, and these things have come from people's descriptions and stuff from way before there was movies and things like that, of having encounters and stuff with these beings.
But
also, you know, cave paintings and other things,
but some of those are just mushrooms, man.
Some of them, but there's things all over the world that depicting these beings with these types of shaped heads that is way before television could have put any of this in anybody's head or anything like that. So, you know, some of these beings that look like that could exist, but then there could be a whole bunch of other ones that who the fuck knows.
But you also got to look at it in this standpoint too, and this is how folklores and myths are created. Somebody sees that and has like a self-interpretation of it, and that it gets spread like wildfire. Like the first time somebody saw Bigfoot and how big it got after that. So like there's a possibility of interpretation of being something different to somebody what else experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, aliens, especially when it comes to aliens, everybody has those different experiences. I mean, Travis Walton's story was one of the most fascinating ever to me.
Like the grays and stuff like that. Like somebody saw that and tried to interpret it, and that's how it got big. You know.
See, I don't think I've ever seen grays.
Yeah.
My personal experience, like I talk about all the time, but the aliens I feel like I've encountered have most look like us. Some are taller, some are just stand out and stuff. But in my personal experience, if I say I've encountered an alien, I've encountered some crazy looking reptilian, although some people kind of still look kind of reptilian as some human beings do, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I haven't seen any grays. I feel like we encounter aliens all the time. Some people just don't. They just don't look right. They don't feel right. Their energy doesn't feel right. Like being in their space. You ever just see people and you're just like, what the fuck? Like,
we are aliens.
I know. I'm just talking about the aliens. We're a different kind of alien. Those are the other kind of aliens. We're the aliens that we are.
Definitely, man. Different life being. We have to have terminology for it. Makes us feel better.
You don't think you ever met an alien?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I can't depict it and say, maybe the person was a little bit different and it kind of intrigues you, but I don't know. I can't classify people. If they were great, maybe that's cool. I experienced it, but
not a gray. I'm just saying, like, I
know what you're saying and what standpoint.
Like, I know. I mean, I talk about my first experience. I mean, the alien Sam Cassell. Just look him up. Former NBA player, definitely an alien, and just some other people, just aliens. I'm telling you, I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced it, but I know that I have met aliens before.
Everybody on this planet is an alien. Not because we're aliens going out there, but if you take it and you look at all the different races and you separate it out, they're all separate alien races. And they're here all intermittent. Maybe that's why we're all here, because we're all fucking inbred aliens. Y'all want to go and breed with these other aliens, you gotta go to Earth. But if you break it down and you look at it, but nowadays, because there's so much interbreeding going on between all these different alien races that originally came here for whatever reason back in the day and stuff and stayed here and stuff, there's now we all look the way that we look and stuff, so it's hard to discern, you know what I mean? But if you go and you look at, I'm not being disrespectful in any way towards the Aboriginal people or anything like that, look at Aboriginal people. You know what I mean? Look at the original people that are, you know, they're pretty much pure, you know, as pure as they could be, like races, the Dogons and stuff like that. They're not normal looking, you know what I mean? Just picture even fucking white people and stuff like that. They're pretty fucking alien to the Aboriginals. You know what I mean? So if you look at everybody and we all, in each one, yeah, we're somewhat similar, but we all have slight little differences and shit like that. Like we could have come from the same area and space, something like that. But somehow we all got here and we're all mixed up on this fucking rock. And now we're all mixed together.
So the one thing I think about aliens, and yeah, we technically could be alien to each other by country and stuff like that.
Well, not that way. I'm just saying, like to everything. Like, I mean, we're aliens.
Like you're saying, like Asians were on one spaceship.
Yeah, could have been. So somehow
they could have been us being on Earth.
Exactly. Look at the way the Asians look compared to, you know what I mean, Native Americans, compared to Aboriginals, compared to Europeans and everything. Look, everybody's all. They're fucking completely different. They're completely alien. They're like almost different species and shit like that. But yeah, we're the same species and everything like that.
Well, it's the
like
same
somewhere at some point,
stuff
like
that,
it's like there was at some point. There was maybe like one species of human beings on this planet, some type of like that, and then this alien race came here, and boom, that created that. You know what I mean? And then you got the Chinese people, and then another alien race came here, and then you have the Europeans, and another alien race, and that. Or they could have just been a planet, and everybody, like, at the time, they're like, fucking, boom, the Aboriginals, like, boom, here, yeah, here, this and everything like that. But if you look again, like, there's different blood types. Yeah, we're all really fucking similar, but then we're all really different.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is, you know, even as a person of that studies religion in some aspect, I also was very interested in dabbled into Darwinism at one point in my life. And the one thing that's crazy too is you look at animals, right, in certain continents, and they're maybe the same breed, but they have certain different aspects of them. You know, that can also translate to humans. If we start from somewhere and we migrated, you know, what they talked about how we changed in environment. It's a possibility, you know.
Yeah, it's a slight possibility, but there's more evidence to say that it's not a possibility. Especially with Darwinism, because see, evolution is possible because there's evidence of evolution happening.
Microevolution
all the time. You know? Like no, there's evolution on bigger scales. We've seen animals that have completely evolved. The thing with evolution is when something evolves and it starts the evolutionary process, it's evolving to the next stage because the former, what it's evolving from, is now obsolete, and eventually what it started out as no longer is going to be around. Okay, you have like we were watching a video and stuff, and it was talking about a whale. How the fuck did a whale get here? A whale was originally a land fucking walking animal with fucking fur and everything. Yeah. But through its evolutionary thing, it got to this point where it's a whale. Yeah. Now there's still whales, but there's none of the animal that it originally fucking left that it originated from. Okay.
Well, now it's just down time.
It's like that for all species, every single species that we've tracked through evolution that way. Yeah. There's only one species. Actually, there's two species that don't fit that. Do you know what those are?
Which ones?
Monkeys and humans. Because they say we evolved from monkeys. Now, here's the problem with that. There's a fucking shitload of monkeys still, and there's a shitload of humans. But there's nothing in between. The monkeys would have died off and died a long ago because they're obsolete. They evolved to the next evolutionary stage, just like everything else does when it evolves. And how everything else, when you look at Darwinism and you look at evolution, goes, except for when it comes to monkeys and when it comes to fucking human beings. That's where the separation comes. So that's where Darwinism completely fucking loses it.
Planet of Apes, man.
There's no possible way that species that we supposedly evolved to this fucking dominant species, and the one that's obsolete is no longer a dominant species, is still going to be able to survive in a capacity to last through all those other evolutionary species.
It's possible.
Because they say the monkey hasn't evolved that very much in the last fucking million, I don't know exactly how many millions of years and everything like that, but we fucking rapidly evolved like this, and the monkey is still here.
Yeah.
Where every other species, whatever species it started out as to whatever it is today, those species are no longer here because of the evolutionary change. It no longer had to be.
Well, maybe it was a certain breed of monkey that died out and we became from that. Who knows? And other monkeys still cohabitated with us because we had no problems with them and we just continued evolving, man. I don't know. Who knows? It's possible.
Nope. Bigfoot be more.
Because
Bigfoot
here's
be more likely
the other
to
reason
link.
with that. Because yes, we can tell that there was other species of human in between, other hominids and stuff like that we evolved from. That they're all gone now. Because
we killed them out.
No, we didn't kill them out because we evolved to the next evolutionary stage of evolution. They were no longer relevant, so they disappear.
Yeah.
On the other hand, what they have, all those things in between supposedly evolved from, the beginning creature, the monkey, is still here, surviving today. It's a pretty dominant species when you take the human out of the fucking picture and stuff like that. But so how is that possible? Where everything else?
Well, you just branch in that whole aspect of monkey, like. But I say like.
And again, the monkey itself hasn't evolved that very much.
The monkey, like, there's different breeds of humans.
Well, there's different breeds and stuff like that, but it's the monkey hasn't the species of the monkey hasn't evolved that much over the last few however millions of hundreds of millions of years, tens of millions of years.
Hasn't evolved as much either over the past millions of years too, but the alligator still.
But the alligator doesn't have an evolutionary jump from the alligator to where it is today, with a whole bunch of stuff missing in between. Do you see what I'm saying? When the alligator finally does evolve, because the alligator evolved from something from millions and millions of years, when it finally does, the alligator will eventually disappear, and the new species, however many evolutionary jumps in that, because there was something that the alligator evolved from.
Yeah.
And that's no longer along, because there was a few evolutionary jumps between that. But we evolved from monkeys, and the monkeys are still here. Every other species that evolved from something, and that many, because I forget how many jumps they think it is, it's like 6 or 7 jumps. Every other species that's alive, and we can track back more than 6 or 7 jumps, the species we can go back 12 jumps. Those species that they evolved from, back from that same time span, that same amount of jumps and stuff, those original species are gone. They've been gone for a long time.
Yeah.
The species in between have been gone. There may be some remnants from the last jump, maybe a jump before that, left, but anything else. But monkeys, there's a jump from this, like 7 evolutionary jumps from a monkey to us, and the monkeys are still here.
Yeah.
That's where Darwinism falls.
Well, that's where
it falls apart right there.
It does.
So what happened? Where does that change come? That's where a whole bunch of other stuff comes into play. Did aliens come here and do something to make that evolutionary jump?
It's a possibility, man. It's a possibility.
Something had to have happened for what the original what they say. But see, here's the thing. They say we're related to the monkey because we're 2 chromosomes off from it. Well, guess what? We're 1 chromosome away from a potato.
Potatoes are good, man.
Oh shit, we gotta change the camera back.
Yeah. All right, folks, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna do battery change and stuff. Don't go too far. Play a little music, roll something, smoke something, hit the head. Come back. We're gonna be talking about everything paranormal. All right, we'll come back and talk about potatoes. You're close to a potato. You're a potato, folks. It's Paranormal.
Welcome.
out with it.
Whoa. Whoa.
Anunnaki.
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 Yeah,
Anunnaki. Spaced out with it. Anunnaki.
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 Anunnaki. I'm spaced out with it. Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
Spaced out with it. Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
Spaced out with it. Anunnaki.
Anunnaki. Yeah.
Spaced out with it. Anunnaki.
Yeah. Anunnaki.
Spaced out with it. Anunnaki. Spaced out with it. Anunnaki. Coming to America like King Jockey. Came in here to get the resources and I get the money like I'm Junior Mafia. Looking like I wouldn't read up. Looking like I might be King Tut. I don't even try to mean mug. All the talk, it just might get you beamed up. Looking at this planet, we done came up. I just came here with that green stuff. I'm a giant to you little rappers and I body slam them all like Zangup. They don't know what they should name us. Came from the sky and taught them strange stuff. Call us demons, call us angels. Call us guys, call us devils. Taught them how to do the mathematics. Taught them how to do the biology. Niggas try to say Illuminati, but they ain't knowing that I'm Anunnaki.
Yeah.
Anunnaki.
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 Anunnaki. Spaced out with it. Anunnaki.
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 Anunnaki. I'm spaced out with it. Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
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 Spaced out with it. Anunnaki. We love all y'all women, we do them properly. Pyramids, triangles, and isosceles. We was the ones who inspired Socrates. We was the ones who gave up the technology. We was the ones that was on a mission. Y'all was the ones that made up religions. Y'all was the ones couldn't comprehend it. I don't even like the definitions. I'm driving, ain't no license bureau. I just came from the bureau. I just met with the mayor. The president wanna know if I can chill. Cause I've been standing out like an ovulus. And I've been channeling into the power grid. Kinda like a ventriloquist. Got him talking to the puppet, yeah. Hieroglyphics with the spaceship. Chris Columbus with the iPhone. Mess around with this and get your mind blown. Anunnaki.
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 Anunnaki. Spaced out with it. Anunnaki. 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 I'm spaced out with it. Anunnaki. 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 Spaced out with it. Anunnaki.
Yeah, like 212, my eye popped. 10th gate, that purple rain. Purple cushion, my eye drops. That feminine all in my brain. I've been zoned in since eyes out. Now I'm mapping out Zion. Found the key to my Stargate. Now that brain connect on my neurons. Mind connect to any origin field and take shape the plane that I'm here on. Me no babble in Babylon. Don't get trapped in Massillon. They got stone witches, 5 stars, throwing mind control, throwing hexagons. Me no trap when the pen is on. I tesseract, break Solomon. I wrote this here for the talisman. My alchemy, break prisons down. That frequency is precision. Finally I made the incision. I'm ripping the essence up out of this prison to visit them higher dimensions. Yeah, I'm ripping the essence up out of this prison to visit them higher dimensions. With my
Anunnaki brain, humanoid body, incarnated through the splice. They came a being to bring the light in with my Anunnaki brain, humanoid body, descendants from the heavens. How the hell they supposed to stop me with my Anunnaki brain, humanoid body, incarnated through the splice. They came a being to bring the light in with my Anunnaki brain, humanoid body, descendants from the heavens. How the hell they supposed to stop me? I am soul first, now I'm trapped gathering all of this energy, deciphering all of this imagery. Connect my heart with the eye of my mind. Now I travel my spine with lucidity, And you're slaves of dead white men, and they're slaves of an alien race. And they gave you a God, amen. And now you waiting on the Savior's grace. And when the truth unfolds and the blindfold folds and the veil falls over your face, I'll disappear and reappear, sitting higher than a trap house in motherfucking outer space. Fire in the water, blowing earth, no avatar. But watch how I make a Goku out of your Sephiroth. What you imagine can actually happen, like puffin' magic dragons in an Aspen on the slopes of Aspen, laughing with my Anunnaki brain. Humanoid body incarnated through the splice. It came a being to bring the light in with my Anunnaki brain. Humanoid body descended from the heavens. How the hell they supposed to stop me with my Anunnaki brain? Humanoid body incarnated through the splice. It came a being to bring the light in with my Anunnaki brain. Humanoid body descended from the heavens. How the hell they supposed to stop me? Yeah. Yeah. Gotta screaming like alert, alert, spoil alert. Another track with another verse coming from the nether world. Got this body on a tether cord, portal on my back like a ninja sword. We at war, but the fog don't show what the conscious knows, so that I can't see where the mind won't go. Love is the absence of fear, befriended the demons, so angels stay near. Angles appear, shapes create prisms, and prisons of mirrors clash with the gods with this pen as a spear. Been through the hell without showing the fear. We implode what you holding so dear. Explosion is flow to your ears. Fractals on fractals of focus so clear. Dying so well that my living is weird. But you feeling is weird. But you feeling is here. Cause the truth is the truth, nigga. No matter what you call fact. And the fact of the matter is, I'm certain I'm mad on these tracks. Controlling the frequency as I vibrate so geniusly. It's just the free in me. Or maybe these shrooms gave birth to my truth through this womb. That's why I be getting high in my London fog. Popping shrooms, rolling line in my London fog. That's why I be getting high in my London fog. My London fog. Fucking London fog.
But it appears that the ancients were interested in the study of how to discriminate and discern which were the good angles coming in and which were the bad angles. In astrology, in astrology there are angles or angels, and the language of angels is astrology.
Yo, everything came from black, so we can put a halt to the races. The issue is awakening the mass population for removal of the faces. See, what you seeing is a matrix, so what you seeing is a womb with a full spectrum, bringing life when the ray hit. I can hear it like I'm hearing what my name is. I can feel it even running through my veins in. They made a maze for amazement. I took a prison and I turned it to a playpen. I am Christ in the flesh, fire in a fire-based body, pouring water on the earth when I air. It's all inside of me, what shall I ever compare? It's all surrounding me, what shall I ever draw near? They want me drowning, but fire and water put me in the air. All in that ether it gather as soon as I think and imagine it. They want me dead when I spit on this bitch. Niggas rise up like Lazarus. That's fucking supreme. I'm programming dream while they talking that fabric. I will call audacious, revealing the faces on all of your savages. That's why I be getting high in my London fog. Popping shrooms, rolling lie in my London fog. That's why I be getting high in my London fog. Yeah, my London fog. Yeah, fucking London fog.
You know, if you do the discipline to get your aura into a geometry where the pine cones can kiss, which means you need to avoid electrosmog. Basically, the electrical definition of sacred space is the only place where your aura can unpack. And it's correct to call that the awakening, because it's literally the further and further propagation of your field according to the laws of phase conjugation.
are the odds of it? In a place where our wars define what honor is. Every day we having battles with all kind of shit, but it's up inside the mirror where the challenge lives. Face to face with the ruler of our universe, and we can never see she's reflecting all of our inner work. Our intentions should be something other than riches. Our values don't match our value, we live in a contradiction. Listen, we ask for eternity and we got something more. Now we run away from life just to go to war, embracing all the struggle like it's a distant brother. Not learning there's no struggle if we embrace each other. But this money got y'all acting different. Ain't no activism, cause activists don't act on a common interest. They want you to choose a side. They divide, you get conquered. The winners get the honor of ranking you as a monster. This is war. Yeah, this is war. Yeah, this is war up in your house, war up in your mind. This is war upon your kids, so this is war with all the time. This is war all in your spirit. Can you hear it? Can you feel it? You can smell it through our pores. Our essence is now a weapon for this war. They telling us his story, but it's not the truth, let alone even relevant to me or you. Tell them eat your stardust when you rolling through, cause this body ain't nothing but a cosmic coupe. And that's the very thing these humans try to hide from you. They don't want you to see the God that lies inside of you. In this information war we're being lied to, because there is no Messiah that is provided to you. There is no supreme being that lives outside of self. And if you don't believe me, your denial's felt. So who am I to try to empower the powerless? Cause for the truth I push courage out of a coward's chest. Pull verses from universes to encourage purpose. So every rhyme is like a pregnant virgin, birthing diamonds from a lifeless surface. Horizon serpent to the eye, climb that ladder on a spine as we remind the mind that this is war. Yeah, this is war. Yeah, this is war up in your house, war up in your mind. This is war upon your kids, so this is war with all the time. This is war all in your spirit. Can you hear it? Can you feel it? You can smell it through our pores. Our essence is now a weapon for this war.
Humanity itself has been lied to about almost everything. From our true history.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the buckle up. I'ma show you where it's at. We gon' burn a couple blunts, we gon' pop a couple caps. I ain't talking about 4 5s from the strap. Psilocybin driving, so we headed off the map. What you know about? Taste the color, seeing sound with a crystal eye. Turning nothing into something when we alchemize. Vandalize the lies with the truth. Ain't nobody wanna take shots of this proof. All we ever wanted was the answers. Looking for unique, but our vision keep us phantom. Phantom black man, ghost writing in a pentagram. I'm from the place where our thoughts meet the program. Not too many open to the power that they hold. Just know that when we shine, it's the reflection of your soul. Supreme beings moving, watch the galaxy implode. We are not alone. If you not normal, welcome home. Yeah. Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the I gotta hold on to this feeling. I'll be seeing visions through the folds of the prism. Projecting all wishes, anything I want is given. Paranormal vision, you can call it supervision. Control the superstition, make them wonder how we do it. They seen us in the mud, now we out here making music with the paranormal movement. That's stronger than what you deal with. If Jesus was just a fraud, then hallelujah for Judas. Caesar is not the mob, so it just had to be Brutus. They hate when we on our job, cause persecution is useless. Proof that what we doing is more than just making music. Utilizing the truth, drop it off in the hood, showing what's really good. The feeling is understood. We know just what it means to get it by all means. Supreme beings move and watch reality explode. We are not alone. If you're not normal, welcome home. Yeah. Welcome to my hood, where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood, where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the portal. Welcome to my hood, where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood, where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise,
that's right, you can hear our beautiful theme song for a second time. We're here, we're back. We're multitasking. I know folks are multitasking too. There's a lot going on right now. Yes, we are back. We're back, folks. Hold on. Is that yours? Excuse us. We're multitasking, folks. We're back. It's Paranormal Hood Live Radio. We're live and direct. We're in the Garden of Knowledge Studios. I'm Jiggy.
Smoking.
Sorry, we're multitasking because, as some of you know too, Paranormal Hood Episode 1 is premiering. It has premiered on VidiSpace. So
we're gonna get them married on different. We're not live.
I know. Yeah, we're gonna. It's just.
So I'm like, yo, go watch our show while you're watching our show.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna try to. We're gonna work out. As we talked about earlier with. I talked with the producers, with Nick and Elizabeth, and we're gonna try to switch it to another night. I think. Why do I still hear it?
Because I got mine.
Oh. Sorry. So we're going to work to premiere on a different night, and then we'll be able to do more in the chat and be able to interact with you, maybe even live somehow there. We'll figure all that out, but just followed on when it did. So, you still can go check it out. I'm sure it will still be replayed, and check out some of the interesting things that happened to us out in the Freetown Forest in the Bridgewater Triangle here in Mass. There's some cool locations, again, folks, that you'll see us do there. That some of them, like Freetown Forest, you've heard about those places, but we've actually done a couple locations that people haven't heard of and haven't been able to investigate and stuff. So here on YouTube, you'll find a lot of that stuff, but there's a lot of things that you'll be checking on actually see episodes of the show, and at some point see us live streaming some of these episodes of the show on Video Space. We'll be doing some of the investigations and live streaming it, so you can be a part of the actual investigations as they're going on and stuff. And we are paranormal investigators, so just know it's going to be more than just ghost and haunted places and stuff. It was definitely something we enjoyed doing, but Bigfoot, UFOs, whatever, if it's paranormal, conspiracy theories, you hear us talk about it all, we are going to investigate it. Okay. And during an interview last week, shout out to the Get Up crew on 96.9, they were asked, how do you investigate? And it's hard because time was limited on radio to actually explain that stuff, but that's what you get to see in these episodes stuff. It's not all gadgets. You're not going to see us doing a lot of stuff. We have some of the stuff, and we'll even probably bring some new stuff to the table and different things that I've seen people create, whatever, and just try it, but it's just not really our thing. I think that one of the things you'll notice is that we do a lot of talk about the backgrounds of these places and stuff, everything too, because it's about respect, it's about understanding where we are, what we're doing, and not just fucking being, oh, it's a cool place to go investigate, let's just investigate. We want to know about these places and stuff too. And we do everything legal. So shout out to the law enforcement who were actually very helpful during our investigation to Freetown Forest, because we actually moved on to a second location where the Freetown police were very helpful in pointing out this location, but as they told us, they weren't going to go into these places because they believed all the stuff that that goes on. So as I said to them, and I say it to a lot of my friends who are in law enforcement who constantly asking, like, you know, how the fuck can you do that shit? And I say to them, like, you know, shit, you're cops. Like, you know, you guys put your life on the line every day. You guys go in situations, same thing like firefighters, all these people who put their lives on the line and run towards stuff when the average person is running away. You know, it's not fight or flight for them. It's all about fight, you know, or go and save lives and stuff like that. So to say that, you know, like, shit, I wouldn't do what you do, shit, like, I'm not going to go and investigate a ghost, whatever. And I just simply always say to people, tell me when a ghost has done some shit to you. When you can tell me when a ghost has done some shit to you, let me know. I want to know about that. I'm just saying. I know people have experiences with poltergeists and demons and ghosts and stuff like that. I'm just talking about me personally. All the bad shit has happened with things with flesh and blood. I've had my ghost and demon experiences and all that negative and bad shit, but you can overcome all that shit. But the shit that human beings do, shoot you and stab you and kill you and all that type of shit, ghosts ain't done that shit to me. Just saying. Me? Just saying. You feel me?
For sure.
So, I hope you guys enjoy that too. And I hope you enjoy just coming here on Thursday nights and chatting it up with us and talking all things paranormal and cool guests and stuff. Our guest last week, John D'Souza, he just shed a lot of light on some stuff though, man. It's cool talking to an insider. Someone who's been there. It's our theme music.
Oh, it's playing this from the beginning?
Yeah.
Oh, it's over now.
Sorry, we're multitasking with the live stream too, folks. We're trying to, you know, be present in two different places.
I'm just trying to see if I can...
Let me get back into the chat with you guys here too.
Yeah,
so
talk to people while I try to get this set up.
Excuse me. As you know, we like to smoke weed here. It's kind of what we do too. So I'm going to come back to the chat with you guys here. See who's here. I don't know if anybody saw what we were talking about earlier. I didn't get to see if anybody had any reactions or what
Literally,
they thought
to
about
your
the
left,
fucking
to your right,
supposed
there's
cigar
nothing but
UFO,
foliage.
whatever. It's UFO. Is it us? It's some old shit that us old human beings made, put out there, whatever, and it's just doing its thing. Same thing with the Black Knight and all that stuff. If you did go watch that video, though, I bet you it would blow your mind if you did know that that video existed and just go watch that Black Knight Satellite Pepsi commercial shit. You'd be like, what the fuck? And then if you did know about the Black Knight, so I bet you want to do a little research about it. And then to wonder why there's supposed to be a satellite. That's the only thing we put in space way older.
Because
Like
they didn't want
thousands,
somebody
maybe
else to
100,000,
come here
millions of
and
years old.
partake in this. I mean, clearly
The
somebody
internet.
spent time creating
That's where the internet
beautiful-
actually comes from. The Black Light Satellite was there to maintain the internet. And then once we got back up the technology to tap into it, that's what happened. Okay? By the way, anybody who is coming over here from watching End of These Race, shout out to Willie Micro, Smoke King, Metaphor, Wiz, everybody who was in the episode. So, get to see a little bit of the crew. We'll get to watch it all later. We didn't get to watch it its entirety. We got to see bits and pieces of it.
There's no birds that are out flying.
Yeah, it might not be fully uploaded yet or something. I don't know for replay.
I'm just trying to capture the screen and stuff. Sometimes
they cut right between them.
Yeah, at some point I'm sure we'll be able to do something with it. It would all integrate at some point, folks. As I said, we'll figure it all out. It'll all be integrated. Be able to find it. But feel free to go subscribe to Videos Race. You get a 15-day free trial. You can see episode 1. And then all you folks know where to find us. You enjoyed it? That's the hashtag now, Blunt with Bigfoot. That's what I'm saying. That's what we need to do. We need to smoke a blunt with Bigfoot.
So we try and do. There's more to what was there, but we do this a lot when we're out in places and stuff, especially when we're in Vermont. We're out walking in the woods. Even just when I'm out, we're out
up in
hiking.
Maine. No, New Hampshire. We went to
Hampshire. Wherever. We just, when we're out there, we're smoking, and we're just like, hey, Bigfoot, you just come and smoke with us if you want. You know? It's your hit. You gotta miss out.
It's just a simple process. Come do some psychedelics with us. Something.
Smoke. Chill. It's all good. We ain't gotta try and hurt you.
And if you be like, listen, Bigfoot tells us like you can't go back and tell them about this experience, we're cool with that, man. We keep us at the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like the information, but I just
one selfie real quick, man.
Everybody wants to fucking find Bigfoot and kill Bigfoot and capture Bigfoot and put Bigfoot in a zoo or on. It's just, Bigfoot. Wouldn't you avoid us? Like, if you were Bigfoot, wouldn't you like, fuck them? Like, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I want some cool people. I want to go back to the days when humans were cool and shit, and I was talking to these people and chilling with them and sharing stories of the universe and shit they didn't know, and they were telling me some shit too. Gotta take it back to the old days. But thank you, Adriana. You actually seen more than we haven't had a chance to watch the whole thing. We just got to see bits and pieces of it, jump in the chat. So thank you. You've been a great friend. And I get to see you every now and then at those events too. Are you going to Salem Con this year? Well, next year. Sorry, 2019. I was actually in Salem. Salem's a cool city. Have some fun there. We may plan some kind of a get-together there too soon at some point. So stay tuned for different things. There'll be different things. 11/11. Nice time. It will be more personal.
It's really 10:10 though.
Oh, that's right. It's 10:10. I forgot the clock got changed back an hour. That one didn't. I forgot to program the damn thing. See what happens. I forget stuff. But yeah, we gotta keep that hashtag going. Blunt with Bigfoot. Okay. We're gonna push that hashtag, and then Bigfoot is gonna come and smoke a blunt with us. And maybe it'll be a cool Bigfoot who'll be like, you know what, fuck it. Just go back and tell them everything. Tell them the stories of how you smoked a blunt with Bigfoot. Did you enjoy the bat? See, did you see my bat detector, though? I just want to point out that I knew something happened. And that the bat saved me from mosquito bites. But I was like, what? I knew I heard something fly by me at an extremely fast speed. That shit was fast. I mean, it was so close that if you look in slow speed, you can actually see its, what do you call it? Its shadow, like, on my sweatshirt. Cool experience, though. Because ironically, I'll tell you a quick story of my last bat experience. So I lived in a house in Worcester, Mass, which is up in the hills, and came home one night from doing one of my security details, and was in uniform and armed and everything. And in the house, go upstairs to the bedroom, and as I'm just robing, taking my clothes off and everything, go take my gun and everything off, put it in the safe. I see something out the corner of my eyes, which I thought was a human being, like someone was like walking up behind me or whatever, and freaked out immediately and drew my sidearm and realized that it was a bat flying around the room, and it was just its shadow being cast from the light that caused it to look like a large human being. At which point I immediately withdrew myself from the bedroom and proceeded to close the door and go downstairs and call 911, in which they sent an officer over, who sees me in full uniform with my sidearm and says, well, why didn't you just shoot the bat? And I said, well, you know, honestly, that was my first instinct, but I don't think that would be wise, and I wasn't going to try to shoot up the house trying to kill. He said, no, I absolutely hope you didn't do that. I was joking. And he tried to shine a light and get it to come out the house, but didn't do that. He said, just let it go, and at some point, once the sun rises, it'll fall asleep, and you just open the door and open up a window, and it'll go back and find the place it came from. And that's pretty much what it did. And yeah. So that was a bad experience I had that almost didn't end well for me or the bat. I didn't definitely want to shoot at the bat. I wouldn't want to just... So that was my awesome bat experience. And it actually happened when I was a kid, too, in the house I grew up in. But my godfather was chasing around with a bat. I don't remember how that one ended. I'd have to ask him. But, yeah, so I've had a couple of bad experiences in my life. But that bad experience was cool because I knew something flew by me. I could hear something, and that's my instincts were on point. And I don't know if in the actual episode, if you see where I turned my head and you can see my action, you hear my reaction, because I spoke about the mosquito and everything. And I'll say, you know, kudos to the bat, because the bat kept me from getting bit by a damn mosquito, which is going to suck my blood and possibly give me like triple E, or what is it? Is it equine? It's equine.
Triple E.
Yeah, triple E. And what's the other one? West Nile virus. Isn't that the two that the mosquitoes around here carry? So we're going to say shout out to all the bats who actually held us down that night, because we know that there were definitely plenty of them around, and they were doing their job, but they're harmless. But it's funny what your instincts, and I think that's one of the biggest things that we try to use when we're investigating is, as long with the tools that are out there, and there's different things we like, the grids and certain things which help, but it's just your own instinct. Everybody's an empath. Everybody has capabilities of just being smart. You're in a place that's fucking pretty. It's silent. Like there's no sound. We're isolated. Like you're away from all that stuff. There's not really no sound but the sound we're creating, unless we hear things. Which is,
we heard some. I don't know what. I didn't watch it, but did it show the tree, Adriana? Did you get to hear the tree? That tree was making noise. That's how we were like, let's go up here, and we were up there, and we're all like, what the fuck? The fuck is that noise? Where is that coming from? And we traced it over. It was coming from a tree. We don't know what it was. We could talk to it. It would stop fucking making noise when we told it to. It was pretty fucking weird.
Yeah. The whole area was weird. And again, maybe in upcoming episodes you'll see more of it because we got to explore more. And we were sent, again, like, the police were extremely helpful. But they had a definite fear and knew the history and stuff that goes on. They said the only reason, even in the area we were in, which you see in the episode, which is Profile Rock area, is they said that they don't go in there unless there's an emergency. Like, you know, for some reason somebody's up there doing something stupid, partying to get out of hand, or somebody falls or gets hurt or gets lost. That's the only reason they will go in there. And we were literally greeted by them coming out to go and charge up batteries and stuff, and this is the conversation we had with them. But they're all very helpful. Again, we don't do anything illegal. We have a law enforcement liaison who calls and just make sure that they know that we're going to be there and stuff. So it's always safety. It's safety first, and the respect. And shout out to the people who watched it. And I saw a little bit in the chat, and they were talking about that. Again, we do a lot of research, about these places and stuff because we want to understand that we're about respect. Even the main purposes of why this land is cursed and stuff is because people were building here in Massachusetts on shit that they were told, don't build there, or they were taking land and all this eminent domain and all this shit that they come up with to take people's land and sacred land and portals and burial grounds and stuff that the natives clearly stated. You go back in history what these things were. They were like, fuck it, we'll take it, we'll build it, and that's what they did. And this is the result of why areas like Bridgewater are the way that they are. And it's got a steep history, and there's so many different things that are covered there that you throughout the United States too. And that's why I say so many things began here. You can talk about all these places in Massachusetts, and I think St. Augustine or something is probably supposed to be the oldest city. Don't quote me on that. I'm kind of paraphrasing from my BS, which is brain surgery memory. But I know that studying the history of Mass, which is very important to us, that in a lot of these episodes you're going to see where we come from, where we are. It began here for me, even living in the area of Brockton, where, wow, anybody who was at Trippingween with me, there were a couple of people at Trippingween who I actually told the story. You guys still haven't had to hear the story about my Brockton experience, because that's where the serious, like, negative side of the paranormal I really saw, where it began and kind of wreaked its head for years and stuff, and where that darkness shit before brain surgery was, all the bad dreams and nightmares and different things. But Brockton's a crazy story. So there might even be an episode at some point just based on my Brockton experience, because that house is no longer there, it burned down, but the land is still there and that area is still there. I actually, the first time I went to Bridgewater Triangle, went to that area and went back. I couldn't pinpoint exactly where it was because I don't remember the exact address, but I will do all that research and stuff and get more to it, and maybe at some point just go there and do some filming, because if it is what I think it is, what I know it to be, and what I know my family knows it to be, there's a lot of shit there. But that's pretty much at the tip of where the Bridgewater Triangle kind of begins in it's kind of the South Shore area, but it's like Brockton, Bridgewater and stuff. If you're from that area, if you're from Mass, and you kind of understand what I'm talking about. If you don't, you'd have to look on the map. And like I said, as we do more research, there'll be maps and stuff so you guys can see, and I can pinpoint things for you about these areas. But that's why when it comes to the paranormal, as I've talked to you guys over the years, where it all comes. I didn't just wake up one day and be like, dude, like, I want to be a paranormal researcher. Like, I saw a ghost. Like, the ghost shit happened when I was 7, but just a whole paranormal life, a whole lot of experiences and stuff. And I've shared some of them, but again, some of the more scarier ones, I guess, which I'm not afraid. I'm definitely not afraid of that shit anymore. I'm in a different place, but I've just haven't had the opportunity to really make a show of it, because it's again, when you can put maps and film and maybe some live stream and stuff behind it, I think it'll be a much more understanding of you how this particular experience in my life affected me when it came to the negative of the paranormal, because the ghost stuff, living in haunted houses and stuff, other than that place in Brockton, was all kind of, I've never been scared of it. Like, that stuff never scared me. This was the only stuff that kind of scared me. And in hindsight, it more scared me afterwards, understanding what happened and understanding that it wasn't just me who was affected by it, my family, and how it growing up and seeing personally how I think it affected my family and where we are today as a family. So I think that there's just some crazy shit in that place. So that's the best way to ever be able to tell the story and make it so you guys can really see what I'm talking about and maybe investigate that area somehow. And we'll see what happens. And maybe we'll see some shit out there. But yes, but that's where my paranormal life is long. My life in death and all this stuff, the brain surgery, coming back from that shit, the fucking aneurysm and everything, and just waking up and seeing the world different, and marijuana and psychedelics definitely have just showed me a lot more and given me a better understanding of things and how to kind of lay all this stuff out. Because when we do this stuff, like I said, it may not seem, you know, if you're looking for all the typical stuff, at some point you'll see some of the equipment and stuff, but you're just going to see us kind of going a lot off of personal experience and stuff. But here in Mass, it's all over here. I think you could throw a fucking stone and find some shit that's probably got a history to it. So the Boston Commons, maybe return there at some point. That's the first investigation we really ever kind of like filmed and everything. And even during that experience was kind of crazy. Like, just somebody who kind of hung out in the Boston Commons who just kind of rolled up to us like, yo, like, what the fuck y'all doing? Like, type shit. Then when we told him he was doing, it's like, y'all paranormal investigators, kind of changed his tune. You could see him lighting up. And then he had like a cognizant conversation that was, you know, about how he saw ghosts and all this type of stuff. And then just kind of blanked out and just walked away and shit. So there's some cool shit. You know, there's definitely been some investigations over the years that I've had that have made me want to keep doing it, like delve deeper into it. It's not a hobby. It's not some just cool shit to do. It's more trying to answer a whole lot of shit. Like, when I tell you I've had a lot of paranormal shit in my life, houses, like, you'd be in the house and shit, and it wasn't just me. The coolest story, one of the coolest stories, is an ex-girlfriend who, as you know, I own a security company, pretty much bodyguard and clubs and concerts and night work and traveling and tours and shit. But I used to do a lot of nightclubs and would come home, obviously 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever, because clubs in Boston get out too, unless they had the after clubs and all that type of shit. You know how that goes if you're a partier or were a partier. But came home one night, and my ex-girlfriend was sitting on the stairs of my old house. And I don't remember, she actually had to tell me the story again because I kind of remembered it, but I didn't remember the whole story. And she said, basically, I'm like, you know, what are you doing? She's like, well, I was laying in bed and I felt you get in the bed. Like, you came home, whatever, and got in bed. And I never turned over, but somehow I realized it wasn't you that was in bed with me. And I just knew to get up and I just got out that room, and I wasn't going to go back in that room until you came home. But so somebody sat in bed with her. And she'll tell. She told me the story, and she still tells the story to this day. So that's just one of that house. But that was the house I grew up in, and I could walk in that house from top to bottom. Like, if the lights went out and had to go to the basement to set the breaker or whatever, it was never an issue. Like, you just, when you grow up in your place, I think you kind of know the ins and outs of it and those little nuances that maybe scare other people. But nothing about my house growing up scared me. I just knew that there were things there, and I wasn't fucking with them. They wasn't really bothering me, so I never really thought anything twice of it. I used to think it was just my grandmother or my grandfather, or whoever else had the house before them. But that's why I say to the people, like, when you know, my house is haunted, whatever. All right, cool, but is it fucking with you? Is it hurting you? Like, you know, do you really want some people running up in your crib and maybe stirring up some shit because their intent is to find something, where if it's just there and it's probably comfortable in what it's been doing, leave it alone.
All right, is your house haunted, or has it got a poltergeist? Because there's a huge fucking difference. A ghost ain't got to do anything. A poltergeist, on the other hand, it's probably going to come around and fuck some shit up. Then you might have an issue. But if you got some fucking dead lady floating through your living room once in a while, or you're watching fucking something on Netflix or whatever, you don't really got to worry too much about it.
Yeah.
But if she comes through and she starts throwing fucking chairs and shit around and everything and ripping shit off the wall, then
call
the Ghostbusters.
Something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
But yes, folks, I know I was rambling. But just so you get an understanding of who we are and what the shows and everything are all about, including the radio show, and now, as you saw, a little bit of how we investigate and what we do. Yeah. That's what goes on. Bats, trees that talk to you, make noise. And all you guys see, if you actually watch the YouTube videos, then you would know some of the stuff that we've done that hasn't even been released, that nobody else has done. Bum, bum, bum. Who would know? Some of you folks in the chat right now should know. Can you name one location or one place that we know that you know that we've done that no one else has seen? A particular place? Should I play like a drum roll or something? That's a bad drum roll, isn't it? Doesn't sound really good. Sorry. They saw bats. They saw bats fly by and protect us from mosquitoes in sacred land. See, they were out there protecting us. That's why nothing bad happened to us. The spirits were protecting us. Because we're cool, see? We want to connect with the spirits. We did, during our smoke breaks. And that's one of the questions, too. How do you guys just investigate high? We're not... Okay. If you smoke weed, you kind of understand how that works. And if you watch it, most of the time when we're smoking, it's usually like a break time before we go into another place, or at the end and stuff, where we're just talking about our experiences and stuff, too. So... I mean, not that if we did do a whole investigation high, we're big boys, we can handle our stuff, we don't freak out. Again, you saw a fucking bat fly by my fucking head. I knew something happened. You didn't see me freak out. We don't freak out. Although, so this is the irony of this whole investigation. Is the one thing that we don't, there's very little of it is actually caught on film, and anything that we have, or even sound, because we're in the truck and we're driving along this dirt road, thanks to the police officer who told us about the secondary area we went to. And Smoking and I see something hanging from a tree that looks like a light or like a bird feeder or something, but it's hanging high up in this tree. It looked odd down this road. This isn't a road. This is like a dirt path in the back that you could go all around this fucking back area and stuff. So this is way away from houses, way away from the street. You don't see lights, you don't hear anything down here. And we stop to get out, and him and I walk towards the thing, and we're looking at it, and as we do that, we hear like this incredible snapping sounds of these trees and stuff. Now, keep in mind, this area is extremely dense, like where we're standing and stuff in front of us. Like, it's not like a small animal, a deer, a fox, or anything is trying to run away, but it's literally feet in front of us, and we kind of step back, trying to think like there's something coming at us, like it's something gonna fucking attack us. And then Wiz and Meta get out the truck because they hear it inside the truck and closed doors. So this is a loud enough sound that you know that something is breaking these big, huge branches that are really dense in this area. And Smoking tries to get up in there and work his way in to see if he can follow it or get further in, but it was that dense that even he couldn't work his way through it and stuff. And unfortunately, we didn't. So we don't know if it was Bigfoot. I don't know if it couldn't be a bear. A deer, I don't think it was a deer, because there was no deer. You would have seen like a deer path and stuff. A deer is not going to make that type of sound. It had to be something big. So, I don't know, maybe Bigfoot was out there. I just don't know. Sorry.
I don't know if it was a bear. It was running on two legs. Just saying.
Could have been a bear. I don't know. Oliver House. Hey, John, I think, didn't I go to Oliver House during the Nick Roth tour? I think I've actually been to Oliver House. I forget, is it Middleborough? I think it's Middleborough, Massachusetts. I actually was in Oliver House last year. Weren't you there? Oh, no, I see what your answer. Yeah, no, not, okay, but Oliver House, yeah, that's one I investigated. But there's actually I'm talking about on our YouTube channel, there's actually investigation like we all have actually done. Including Smoke Queen was actually there too. See? Man.
You don't remember the investigation?
You don't remember it, really?
I'll never forget that.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, but Yeah, Middleborough. That was the interesting part of the Middleborough investigation. Was Elizabeth Saint was using her equipment and we were in the basement of, I don't know if it's the courthouse. It was some building, and it was actually a sub building of the courthouse. It was something across the street from it, and whatever she was doing, and she was in that. I don't know. She should have all that stuff on her own film. You hear the circuit breakers and the power shut down the building, and all the power goes out in the building. But it wasn't just the building; the power went out in a part of the town. So I don't know. Was that some ghosts in Middleborough?
Yeah, telling you to get out.
I didn't tell us to get out.
Overloaded the grid.
What'd you say?
Overloaded the grid.
Overloaded the grid.
Like in Ghostbusters.
In Ghostbusters, all the ghosts were coming in. They were coming in to check us. They were like, "Y'all, we're gonna put on a show." And that'd be cool as shit though. And then all of a sudden they just start
flying around and shit. A big cloud with fucking blue and fucking purple lightning and shit.
And then Slimer comes. The Slimer becomes cool with you and becomes your friend. Because Slimer was the bad one.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man comes walking down the street.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can do that shit in New York though, not here because you don't want to destroy anything here like Fenway Park or anything and stuff like that. We are a title town, so the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, that was New York. Even though they filmed the last Ghostbusters in Boston.
And you can see it when you're watching the movie and stuff. Yeah. There's parts when you're like, that's Boston. It's not New York.
That's not New York. I remember driving through the fucking set. I walked through the set, dude.
I didn't walk through it, but it was a couple of times when I drove by where they were filming and stuff like that. I was behind one of the tow trucks that had the car on the back of it. I just driven by the set, and then I happened to turn, and the tow truck was there, and I was behind it for a while and everything because it was.
I don't know who they thought I was.
Because they don't drive, they put it on a tow truck and drive it to the next set or the next area and shit.
Dude, we walked right through the set. Leslie Jones was right there. They just, I guess it's because I'm a big black dude with a Hungarian friend with his 2 Asian kids, and we walked right through the set, and they didn't say shit to us. Like, they were like, hey, okay. And then we went and had food. It was cool, though, but yeah, they didn't film any of that in New York. But maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's exactly what happened.
They weren't filming. They let people walk by and stuff. Like, because I was just... they're doing some other fucking, I don't know, it's like a movie from the 1800s and shit. And it was on Beacon Street, and they had, like, part of it fucking, all changed up. They had, Little Women, that's what it is. Why are they making another version of that movie? I don't fucking know.
Because you can't do nothing new. They're going to do it every 20 years. They're going to be making
this is like the 9th version of it. They do it like every other year. But anyway, so they had it all changed and it looked like it was old and they had horses and stuff. But there's people that were still able to, just regular people that were walking down the street, and there was just people like security type people that were around the area, and they were told to go around certain spots because there was like horse shit and stuff like out for the scene and stuff. So they're just like, nope, just go around this way and stuff. And I actually talked. I was like, what are you filming? He's like, oh, Little Women. He's like, sorry for the traffic and everything. I'm like, oh, don't worry, I sit in traffic all the time or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, so they
don't want to disturb anything as much as possible. So they let people still walk by because they got to go to their houses. They got to go back down the street and stuff like that. But if they were shooting at that exact moment, those security people would have been like, no, you got to cross the street and everything like that, But yeah, people are just walking through sets.
They're always filming fucking movies around.
They film fucking so many movies. Cool, because they passed that thing. They get such a huge tax break and shit like that.
Whatever, keep filming. Cool. They don't usually film shit I like though. Here.
Did you watch the Whitey Bulger movie?
No. Not at all. Black Mass? No. Nope. That dude's dead. Yeah, I'm just saying, I had no reason to want to see it. I remember his whole legacy. That'd be like watching a movie about the Stewart case. Jon Stewart, the dude that killed his wife and said it was a couple black dudes. And then the city pretty much locked down and harassed every black person they thought killed. And then the dude ended up jumping off the Tobin Bridge. So they call it the Jon Stewart Memorial Bridge. Not really memorial, but the Jon Stewart Bridge, that's where he killed himself.
That's what they actually call it?
No.
Okay. So I was gonna say.
No. That's just
Isn't
what
that
people,
like in like
the
honor?
Chelsea fucking bridge? Yeah, so it's not
Why
memorial,
would we be
but
honoring it?
fuck that. Yeah. Fuck him. I remember that shit too. So yeah, no. But I don't watch movies like that. I'm good. I've seen enough gangster movies in my lifetime.
Stick was in the movie though, so.
Yeah, I mean, if you can show me that, I watched the other movie he was in. You can see his head.
I just like it because it was filmed in Boston and like you can just seeing Boston.
The funny thing is, because that's a movie now. It was the whole entire, all that movie Black Mass was filmed in Boston, including when they're in Miami. Because that's what we went and we watched that scene because our buddies, his cars and stuff are in some of the scenes in the movie and everything. And so we went down and we were watching the filming of that, and they literally transformed like the beach down there, Revere Beach. And they made it look, they put palm trees up and shit like that. They made this little ice cream fucking shop look like a fucking Havana restaurant and shit like that. Fucking little Cuban restaurant and everything. Yeah. It all looked like, it didn't look anything like fucking Boston.
And I know South Beach well. That's where the nickname Jiggy comes from. Just saying.
Yep, they had a whole little strip of fucking Revere Beach. They made it look like fucking South Beach, dude.
I've never seen you get jiggy with it.
One day you'll see me get jiggy with it.
Hey, can I?
I passed it. You passed it to me.
No, I haven't had it.
Ooh. Sorry. Got blunt checked. No, I'll get jiggy with it one day, but that's where my nickname comes from. I used to love South Beach. Love South Beach. Memorial Day and Labor Day weekends. And then I've had some cool times down there. Some really cool times down there. I went to Khaled's mansion when he was recording like his second album, I think it was. I heard all the songs, and then went to party with him and Fat Joe. And Fat Joe called me Dog Bite. He looked at my leg and he was like, "Yo, did you get bit by a dog?" And I was like, "Nah, I got shot in my leg." He's like, "Oh, it looked like a dog bite. I'm gonna call you Dog Bite." Just kind of how things happen.
That's his new name.
I got a million nicknames, you know. I mean, yeah, but yeah, you'll call me Dog Bite.
I'm gonna call you Dog Bite.
Dude, my leg has if you
Everybody watching right now, his new name is Dog Bite.
It's fucking split top wheat. If you ever see my leg, you have to see my leg to understand. But it's, I have a lot of nicknames, and then telling people like I don't like ever tell people I got shot. I always tell them some shit like I got frostbite. What's up, Ryan? I got frostbite. I got bit by a shark because I was riding a killer wave in the North Shore in Hawaii. Let's see. I was driving a truck and hit an IUD. Contractor. No, I did have a security background. You said they had private security, so all these things would kind of make this weird things. But I just would never say I got shot. It was all
like, yeah, World War One.
What? Fuck you. I got aliens took me, and they dissected my leg, but they didn't know how to put it back together because it was their first time here on Earth. I had all kinds of shit. I got attacked by Bigfoot. I could do a bunch of them. So, just rather than say you got shot, because I remember the first time being like
the Trojan War.
Why all old shit?
Because it's just random shit. People be like, oh shit.
What do you say?
Look at
Dog bite. All right, I could take that. I mean,
because if you just randomly said to somebody like, "Yeah, fucking, it was during the Trojan War," they'd be like, "Yeah, the Trojan War, huh? Yeah, that's fucking."
I could be like man. Vietnam.
Thanks for your service.
Yeah, Vietnam.
Vietnam, because you kind of
the Civil War.
They'd be like, "That you know."
Dude, people are so dumb. Really I could probably say the Civil War, and they'd be like, "Yeah." Was it you and like Tony Stark too? Was he there?
Because people always say, yeah, Vietnam, and I lost my arm in Nam and stuff. You know what I mean? That's too much. People are like, oh, you look too young to be in Nam. But if you said something like a war or something, then not everybody would be like, oh yeah. They'd be like, oh yeah. Yeah, what happened? Oh, I got kicked by a horse, man. Trojan War.
It was on the Titanic.
Trojan horse kicked me.
It was on the Titanic. You know, my leg was the only thing sticking in the water as I was laying on that door. Floating in.
Used my leg as a paddle. I paddled myself back from the Titanic.
Wow.
Say, like I was Ghostbusting and my proton pack exploded.
This is what happens when you cross those streams.
Don't ever cross the stream.
Don't ever cross the stream. It was the feedback.
All hell breaks
Smokey, look out!
I got lucky. I was able to jump behind this thing. And,
that's the patch of his hair that's gone, though. See, it singed that one patch, so it's gone.
On the top of my
head. Yeah, see, but I got hit in my leg.
The beam just went.
Yep.
Sliced him up and shit.
It was the early
part
prototype.
of his leg. It didn't really slice it up. What happens is it part of it just sucked it into into the ghost trap and shit. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was caught up in the thing. And
yeah, he had to pull me out. Actually, he saved my life because as it was trying to suck me into it, he was actually pulling me. But it's like, you know, you have to understand how these things
so guys,
work.
don't ever cross the stream.
Yeah, don't ever cross the stream. Okay, don't cross streams. Don't. Okay, we're just telling you these are the dangers that you don't understand about ghost hunting, paranormal investigating. It's the same thing. That's why we try to lay out these parameters in the way we do things. Pay respect and homage. You know what? Why would we want to capture Bigfoot? Think about it. Chilling with something that no one in a long time has chilled with. And he or she or whatever, it may not even identify that way now. Thinks, you know, these people are cool enough for me to sit down and just smoke a blunt with. I'm just saying. Come on, folks. Get with the program. Ryan, did you check out episode 1 of Paranormal Hood on VidiSpace? If you haven't, you should. You see some cool shit. Adriana did. She saw it. She already knows. Get to see some really cool shit. I'm just saying. But you didn't get to know if that was Bigfoot, though. We'll never know if that was Bigfoot. We're sorry, folks. We'll be more diligent next time. We'll have cameras strapped everywhere and stuff, and we'll be more diligent. Okay? Although, I will tell you right now, there will never be a camera strapped to my head. Okay? It's cool. But other than that, we're good. I don't know. That's a good place would be to put a camera on one of those GoPros, on one of those helmet cams, and just have it strapped right on the plate. You know, you could just sit there. Maybe it's magnetic too. Could I do that? Have a jiggy magnetic head cam.
Have you ever tried is it magnetic?
I don't know.
I don't think they.
I don't think it's magnetic.
I don't think they use surgical steel. I don't think it's magnetic.
Yeah, that'd be cool though. Like I could just stick there and shit.
Nowadays they don't anyway. But back during the Trojan War, they might have been back then. You never know. I mean, that was just,
you need a piece of steel.
This was a pretty rough fucking war. See what happened is he fell when he was climbing down out of the fucking Trojan horse.
Hey, I got Achilles though. That was me. All right.
Yeah.
See, you know how they take stories and they whitewash them. What really happened was Jiggy is the one that stopped Achilles. Okay, because I'm good with a bow and arrow because I went to camp and stuff. So I was like, yo, this is a good time to get this dude because everyone fails at hitting him any other place. So I'm gonna hit him in his Achilles. How'd that dude say it on Wheel of Fortune? This dude lost a fucking bungle because he didn't know the word Achilles. He was smart as shit, knew everything else, and then he was like Achilles or some shit. It's like, motherfucker, it's Achilles. So see, I was smart enough to know that it wasn't Achilles, it was Achilles, and I shot him in his Achilles. So we're gonna set history straight here tonight, folks, just so you know. Since he said I was old enough to be in the Trojan War, then I'm gonna embellish the story even more and make it so that I was the hero of the story, not that punk ass Hector. Well, that was his name. Was it Hector? The punk ass brother who let his brother go out and get killed for him because this motherfucker stole another dude's girl. It's like you're like a prince or whatever, or ready to be king, whatever, because you got an older brother and shit. But
I don't even think that's the way that whole thing fucking
the story
went down,
there,
dude.
they fucking embellished that shit.
I don't think any of that fucking
But according
shit.
to the movie with Brad Pitt,
I don't think any of that fucking shit happened at all.
Well, according to the movie, the last one I saw, I'm just going off of that movie.
I mean, I read the book. I mean, I read Homer's Iliad, and then.
Well, I mean, they changed all the shit around because it wasn't his cousin; it was his
what
lover.
All this
and
is
all
supposedly that's supposedly taken as a historical document and stuff like. And I'm like, do we not forget that this is a storybook? But I don't know, some parts of it, you know. I mean, there's some battles and stuff, and then I guess they say, yeah, this could have been it, but. Again, is that the way it really went down? History's written by the victor.
Yeah.
Or some guy who was there and saw the story that was like, yeah, all right, cool, I'll write your story for you.
This is war. I was like, damn, we went into the last one segment. I keep forgetting that clock.
No, I didn't put it on. I didn't start it yet.
Yeah, no, I just realized the clock. Yeah, I'm looking at the clock.
But I got it loaded up. We're going to start the last one in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a fun night.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, folks, you can go over to VidiSpace and you can subscribe. I know it's a subscription thing, but you can subscribe. It gives you 15-day free trial. You get to see episode 1. And then all you folks who are here at some point will get on live before our next show, maybe in you can give us some feedback and what you saw, and maybe some of your eyes or ears may catch something we didn't even see. But gotta tell you, Jiggy was pretty fucking on point with his instincts. Smoke King was on point with his instincts. I'm just saying. It's our best tool. Your best investigation tool are your instincts, and your cameras do help. Cameras are a great way to catch things. Just saying. All the other stuff, they may help. I don't know. We use them. You just don't see a whole lot of that. There'll be occasions where there's, and again, we'll get to a point where, you know, you guys may be to help us to find some new places outside of even around here. But there's just so much stuff here. It's just such a great place to begin. Being us born here and stuff. We've just cracked the tip of the iceberg of New England, of Massachusetts, of our area. And we've ventured out and gone to other places. And you've been a part of some of it. And you'll be a part of more of it. I hope you're excited, because I am. You know? You hear Jiggy rants and stuff. And get an understanding of how we see things. And Smoke King. Profile Rock. You know anything about Profile Rock? If you didn't, go find out. You know anything about the Freetown Forest? If you didn't, go find out. Yeah. It's there. And we're here. Dog bite. Sorry, I'm going back to my new nickname. Or my old new nickname. So many stories. So many nicknames. I couldn't even tell you all of them. You know, I've been, well, my name has changed in different places too because of my work. You know, you can't always tell anybody who its real name is. Sorry. I've been Fred in Texas. I've been Tom in Kansas. You know what I mean?
I don't even know how many people fucking names I've given people, because see, and this is wrong and this is totally bad and everything, and you know, but whatever, there may be more of me running around out there, little me's running around, but you know what my method of, well, you know, this is, I used to say the safest method of birth control was back in the day was a fake name. So I used to give girls fake names all the fucking time.
Come on!
Be out somewhere, meet somebody. Yep. Hey, my name's John. Okay, what's going on, John? Oh, John, no, John. See you later. Meet somebody else. Yep. My name's Ryan. It's because I see Ryan there. Shout out to Ryan in the chat. You know what I mean? I just use fake names for all kinds of fucking girls and stuff that I knew I wasn't ever going to see again. Starting at the very end, I'd be on fucking vacation with my fucking parents and shit, whatever. I would out away somewhere and fucking meet some girl. Be like, yep, alright, cool. I'm getting something tonight. I ain't gonna see you again.
Hey, the best is my name was always Security.
I might have saw her again one night after that, but shit, I was going home after that, or she was going home or something. But fuck it, I was young age. I just started fucking using different names and stuff.
Well, no, I always use the fake names for security purposes, but I never brought up the names. Saying, listen, if you know,
and I use fake names for other fucking purposes and shit like that. But
there was a ground rules and understanding. Well, you know, I'm leaving and you're leaving, so whatever happens, happens, Captain. You know what I'm saying? Just hey, leave it at that. Just saying.
Can't find somebody if you don't know their name. I know, it's so wrong, so wrong. I was really bad when I was young. A lot of fucked up shit when I was young.
I'm a good guy. I'm the good one. I'm the angel, ironically. See? Isn't that funny? In a room, I can actually be an angel. That makes him the devil, just so you know. Well, I am the one wearing the bright, and he's wearing the dark. Is that how it works out? Are you the devil? Although the devil's not a bad guy.
I don't know if y'all seen. Shout out to Willie Michael, Triple Weenie.
Triple Weed.
2018 shirts. Maybe we'll give one away to somebody.
Yeah, they're big ones, so you have to be like a 2XL or a 3XL. Put together some packages. We'll start sending some stuff. I know we owe like Jay, but everybody will get some stuff.
Oh, we forgot.
We didn't forget. It's just when you send you stuff, you just get a nice package. Yeah,
it's just stuff.
You'll end up with more.
Had something.
You know, there'll be more stuff to give to you. So just stay tuned. Sit tight. As we grow, you grow. We all grow together. And then the family grows. Because y'all are family. We're all Trip Team family, Paranormal Hood family, hoodies. See, that's why everybody needs to have a hoodie. Okay. Just saying. That's how we do things. Here in the Goddamn Knowledge Studio. And we're out. And we're going to be a lot out in different places in 2019 and stuff. So just stay tuned. And when you can join us. And eventually we'll try to come to your areas and do investigations with you or in your areas. And, you know, that's how it kind of works. But again, New England is fun. Adriana, you've been here. I mean, you've been here to different places. Salem, different Middleborough. You were just in Winchendon, I believe. So, I mean, you kind of got a feeling, and you get more of a feeling every time you come here and investigate what is here. And we've got an incredible history that just cannot be denied. I'm sorry about all the other places. Y'all can claim all y'all. And that's why everything is fucking haunted and it's got its areas. I'm just saying, this place is a crazy fucking area. Okay? Just saying. You can dispute it. You can have all your panels. Everybody can say what they want to say, but I know what I know. I know what I've experienced. That's why we're here now. That's why he's here now. It's been crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And it's paranormal. But it's all paranormal. All of it. What isn't paranormal?
Nothing is normal.
Nothing. You just gotta become a Red Sox fan. I know you're in New York, I believe. I'll tell you, one of my votes, though, is I'm going to get Smoking to Rolling Hills. We'll get to Rolling Hills. Rolling Hills Asylum was one of my favorite places that I investigated. I got to do it with G-Lo, George Lopez, who even is the person that started and got us all even started with the podcast and everything all these years. Dan Hooven, Bob Christopher, and we got like more. Again, see, wow, I'm thinking about that place. Another place I encountered a bat. So we're in the basement of the place, and it's dark. And again, I don't care about really navigating in the dark. We don't care about navigating in the dark. You see us do it. You see us doing it literally because those cameras are night vision. So you see little flashlights and stuff, but we navigate mostly in the dark. And in Rolling Hills and in the basement, and kept hearing something above me, and I'm like, what is that noise? And first someone's like, oh, it's this or it's that, and I'm like, oh shit. It's bats. It's bats flying above us. Cool. Okay, whatever. They ain't thinking about me. I'm cool. That's why I do wear a hoodie, though. I mean, I'm bald. Bats usually were told when I was a kid they would tangle in your hair, whatever. Unless it's like a bug sitting on my head, I hope they're not gonna, hit me in the head. But I do wear a hood to protect myself from getting bit, or my beautiful hat from Ma Lopez, rest in peace. So my ghost hat. So I do try to protect myself. But yeah, another place I encountered bats. Now that I think about it, Rolling Hills Asylum in the basement. Have you been to Rolling Hills? Oh yeah, so that's a place in the future. We will definitely try to link up, and I want to do something there, get smoking out there. And it's just such a cool area too, like knowing that like fucking Woodstock was there, like you can ride by these cornfields and all this crazy shit. Like it was such a cool fucking place to do. So, we're not averse to some of the more mainstream places, but it's just not really something we want to just keep repeating over and over again.
Investigate Woodstock.
I'd love to
find the ghost of some hippie.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey man,
Willie Nelson, man.
Stay away from the brown acid, man.
I got Willie Nelson's ashes, man. Well, there were deer.
This brown acid is killer, man. Yeah, dude, it really was.
I was scaring people in Rolling Hills because I would sit up in the top floor in the corner on the couch in the dock, and people would turn the corner and then they'd be like, "Oh shit!" and they thought it was a ghost, and they're like, "No, I'm a spook in here. Don't be spooked by the spook." Rolling Hills was fun. Just saying. We got to return to Dudley Road. Dudley Road, that shit was crazy. Out in those woods. There's always woods. So many woods around here. So much dense shit. We just walk up, find little paths and everything. Sometimes we make our own paths. The Stanley Hotel is haunted out here. Isn't that what the whole Stanley, whatever, isn't that what Stephen King's thing is based on?
That's in Colorado. She said Shanley.
Oh, Stanley, I don't know. Stanley. Excuse me. We got that park. Is it the Park Plaza? What's the hotel downtown that has that room?
The Plaza.
The Plaza, yeah, some shit. Yeah, we've got haunted hotels here. They say, I think most hotels are fucking haunted. People go to hotels to commit suicide. It's just not really commonly talked about, but it's kind of a known fact because I've done plenty of
Go to
security.
hotels to murder people and
Yep.
shit. But again, everything is probably fucking haunted in some way or another and shit like that. People die everywhere.
Yep. You know, people used to die in houses. They used to die right in their house.
Somebody that say one place is more haunted than another place is like, really?
Except for Massachusetts. It's the most haunted place ever in America. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Crazy shit went on in people's houses. They used to hang people in houses, all kinds of stuff. Murder people in houses. Shit went down.
Still do.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
do.
my thing. Where the ghosts from fucking last year? How come it's always some old-timey ghost?
Well, because you're supposed to, one, allow a lot of time before you would investigate, I guess. Because, like, that'd be like trying to go investigate 9/11. Because, I mean, ideally...
There's no time supposedly when you're dead, though. So what the fuck are they waiting for?
I don't know. Oh, they're waiting for that dude to contact him. He has to get his frequency right. He has to wait till they call him up. Only one person has the frequency.
People have been fucking seeing ghosts before he came around, dude. That's my thing. All these ghosts are always fucking old fucking ghosts. Nothing new.
There's a process, man. You saw a ghost.
But you know, like we ain't ever rolling through the hood and fucking some dude that fucking died in a drive-by or something is all standing there in front of the fucking street sign that he was when he got shot. You know, it's never nothing like that.
But one of the coolest stories I ever heard was a dude who he'll remain nameless by his choice, but he did time in what's now what's that hotel? The Liberty Hotel now. It used to be the Charles Street Jail. And he did time there. And he was adamant that, you know, people honestly believed that there were ghosts there. And wouldn't make sense because people used to jump off the tiers. People got murdered all the time, blah, 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 whatever. But he also said that wherever he went, that his homie, like his closest friend in the world who died or got murdered, whatever, was always with him. And he said, yo, on dogs, which is how we say it, like, you know, in New York they say dead ass, whatever. Like, it's like he's saying, like, this is legit what's going on. He's like, but my homie's standing with me right now. Like, as I'm having this conversation with you, he's like, this dude is just always with me. He has been since the day he died. So, hey, ghosts are everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He didn't claim to be a psychic. He wasn't saying anything else. He just said his homie was with him. That he just talks to him, blah, blah, blah. It's like, cool. I believe it.
That's one.
Yeah, I've heard. Just being out with a camera, people walk up to you and tell you crazy stories and stuff all the time.
But the majority of all of these things you watch and stuff, it's some old ass fucking building, like 100 fucking years old, and fucking it's got a crazy story where, obviously there's gonna be a bunch of dead people there, or you know, it's usually just something really old, and it's something that it's a ghost from fucking when the place was open a really long fucking time ago. It's never like, you know, like the fucking fire that was in Rhode Island. All those people died there, the station fire or something. Nobody's ever sitting in the traffic because they tore the place down and everything, but it's just a parking lot and a memorial now. But nobody's ever fucking sitting in traffic in front of the place and everything like that. And like, oh, shoot, there's some ghosts right there or anything like that. You know what I mean? That's a fucking big, huge, tragic event and something. 9/11. Nobody ever seen no ghosts at 9/11. 3,000 people right there, 9/11. Nobody's ever like, I see people wandering around.
Well, but Pearl Harbor, they say they can still hear bang.
But that's Pearl Harbor. It's fucking that shit happened 100 years ago now.
I have to say, there got to be a ghost process, man. We just don't understand the process. Maybe they were telling us in the movie Ghost, you know, but it takes longer than we think to level up. You got to level up and shit until you can start.
Yeah, they just let him level up real quick in Ghost.
Well, they were just showing you the expedited version of it. They were paraphrasing it and making it more for our linear understanding. But in essence, there really is...
His situation was of dire need to get back.
Dude, it was Patrick Swayze, you know, in the movie, and Demi Moore. And Whoopi Goldberg.
She was in danger, so... But... That's just shit, you know? It's always an old-ass fucking... old-ass place, and you're seeing old-ass ghosts and stuff. But again, people dying every day all over the place.
Or English-speaking ghosts in other countries and shit. Yo, there's ghosts over here in this small town in Tanzania.
And I just got this EVP.
Speaking perfectly good English. It said, what's up, homie?
My name's Vlad.
Vivet. Za Chris. Hey, anything's possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That the last blunt?
That's it.
So, folks, we smoked the last blunt. It's over. Till next week, tell a friend, be a friend. Go to VidiSpace, subscribe. Like I said, it's not going to cost you anything. 15-day free trial. Go see episode 1. You guys know where to find us. If you don't know where to find us, social media. There's more stuff coming soon. Subscribe everywhere. Tell a friend, be a friend. It's Paranormal Hood. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace and love, everybody.
We out. Good night.